Hello everyone, my name is Pixel Riffs. You know what day it is. It's Choppin Tuesday. We're going to be doing some chopping today. How is everyone doing in the chat? Welcome along. Watch the chat box populate up the side. Names. Give me names. I crave the names. What's up? Hello. Hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome. Video Gamer Duck, your first stream. Congrats. Let's go. Let's go indeed. Cryptic recorded Zaphod. Oh, cool. I remember you. You were the one Joel mentioned, I think, on the podcast. I think. Hey, welcome along. Glad you could make it. We have CN, we have Dolores, Rafaela, Betsy, I am WowMG, Stabs the Beaver. Oh, treat those beavers nicely. Thyrodin, Paranor is here moderating the chat. James Haynes, what's up? This CR Gamer, good to see you. Red Crystal. Demanded Link, great to have you guys along. Hello to anybody I have missed. Mr. Moneybags, of course. Darmoon is here. Thank you, Brass92, for the 20 bits as we were warming up the stream today. Man, I hope you guys are having a good week so far. My week has got off to a great start. We are in castle building mode, which means I've run out of stone. So today's Choppin Tuesday is going to be all about gathering stone and maybe even putting together a small-scale netherwart farm. I have plans. I haven't recorded the episode yet, which is probably going to be down to the wire again, but we're probably going to do an episode about netherwart farming tomorrow. There isn't a whole lot to cover with netherwart farming. Doing it in an automatic fashion is usually a little bit more difficult, so I figure we're probably just going to build a big netherwart field on this stream, allow for it to grow, harvest it with fortune, do a little bit of preliminary netherwart harvesting. We can chop some of that today, and then we'll probably do an episode about it for tomorrow. But this is how down to the wire I get with some of my episodes. I was editing today's episode at about like 12 in the morning. 12 in the morning, like 12 midnight last night. I was doing that. Darmoon with the 21 bits, taking first place on the cheerleader board. But yes, I was kind of up late editing that one, but I was glad that we got it done. As you can see from that video, we kind of ran out of stone a couple of times, and I couldn't get started on the roofs quite yet. If we interrupt this time lapse for strip mining, right? We interrupt this entire stream for strip mining. This CR Gamer says, love the podcast and the channel. Previously, the survival guide had helped you a lot. Thanks. Hey, no problem. Glad you like the guide. Just found an enchanted apple in one of your chests. I feel like that's all the comments I'm going to get now, is people saying, like, I found an enchanted apple in my world. I wish I could give it to you. Thanks, but you can't. Thyrodin with the Twitch Prime. 2 months of Twitch Prime support. Thank you so much. Can we see some hype in the chat, please? I've got a different hoodie on today. This one has, like, a space stripe on it, and you can kind of tell that that's green, but yeah, it is very much looking a little transparent, kind of like the space mug, which I've got here, filled with some lovely tea, and ready to kick off. Brass92 coming in with a 22 bits. The bit war has started already. So exciting. Video Gamer Duck learned most of your farm and build ideas from me. Wow. Never thought I'd see that sentence written down. That's crazy that people are learning farms from me now. I never thought of myself as a technical player, but then Survival Guide, I've kind of had to do that stuff. So here we go, folks. Here we go. The hype. The hype is real. The space tea is real. Let's get this show on the road. Let's spawn in and see where I left myself, because, yeah, I'm right here by the castle. For those of you guys who haven't seen today's episode, by the way, this is the castle in Founder's Forge. It's looking pretty great right now. I'm very, very happy with this build so far. It looks like an interesting fantasy castle is finally coming together here. Obviously, it is very undetailed right now. We haven't even started on the roofs. I haven't even finished the walls entirely. That tower is still made out of terracotta. But we've got a really, really neat castle layout that I'm excited to do more with now. The problem is I need materials. So as I was saying, we're going to have to do a lot of digging now. I want to fill up all of these shulker boxes and more with some smooth stone that we're using to outline this, and then we're probably going to just detail it from a smooth stone base. That's the idea. People have got great names for the castles in the comments of the latest episode as well. I'll be going through all of those. I'm sorry if I miss any of them on the stream, but the chat tends to move quite fast, so maybe save your suggestions for the YouTube comments. I saw somebody saying Pixelberg or something like that. I kind of don't want to name it after either an existing castle from a fictional property, like a lot of people were spamming like Winterfell and Helm's Deep and stuff in the comments. I kind of went, I don't really want to steal somebody else's name for the castle. I want it to be original for me, but I also don't want it to be like based on my name at all, because just calling it Pixelberg, I don't know, I like the idea, but it feels like a vanity thing, and I don't want this to be a vanity thing, he says, building a giant castle in Minecraft. You know what I mean, though? It's one of those things where I like the originality of giving it like a brand new, fresh name that feels like it's part of the lore of the world and doesn't necessarily have to include me in it. So maybe you guys can think of something along those lines. But like I said, YouTube comments is the best place for that if you want to leave those. Let's throw some grass in here, and I think I have a ton of, I have a ton of terracotta in here. Might go with red terracotta for the roof. Still not quite sold on that versus red concrete. Red concrete is going to be a huge grind, but I feel like having red concrete and red nether brick next to each other is actually pretty good. The nether brick is even more saturated than red concrete, and I thought red concrete was the reddest thing I'd seen in this game. Apparently not. Apparently not, folks. The question is, where's the pig that was in the tower? The pig is still there, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure the pig has not really gone anywhere. I'm going to head back to the storage system to drop off some of this stuff. Would Terabithia be a good name? Only if I make a bridge to it. New Meinstein? Or Stein? Meinstein. Isn't a Stein like a cup? Is that how it works? Castle bureaucrat. I mean, that's along the right lines. It does kind of feel like a bureaucratic castle more than a defensive. Somebody said an administrative castle, which I mentioned in the episode. I really like that as a description, if not the actual name for it. So yeah, that 6 stone plus the 4 stone in here is the only stone I currently possess in this game, which is a travesty and needs to be corrected. But that's what the streams are for. Hammonton Castle. Well, Hammonton sounds more like a town in and of itself. Like, it sounds like a town in its own right, and I've already got a name for the town. It's just that Founder's Forge doesn't necessarily fit the name of, like, a castle, you know? So on the most recent changelog that they removed the polar bears from Monsters Hunted. I'm happy about that. Although they said they actually named the wrong advancement, but I knew what they meant. Min with the host. Thank you so much for the host. So yeah, they named the Monster Hunter advancement, which is the one you get for just killing one monster. But what they said was it was required for the Monster Hunter advancement, whereas I think what they meant it was required for the Monsters Hunted one, where you've basically got all of them at that point. If anyone's wondering why I'm stockpiling iron ore, by the way, I just want to do something with a blast furnace once the blast furnaces are released, because there really isn't much use for them outside of smelting ore. Is my gravel chest, like, completely full in here? It's most of the way there, isn't it? I guess we might end up making concrete after all. Can move some of this stuff out. And then we've got a few empty shulker boxes to work with. Fantastic. You're doing the same thing with iron ore too? Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like we're justifying blast furnaces with that, because otherwise you can't use them to smelt glass, as far as I know. Let's put all the mob drops and stuff in here for the moment. Gunpowder can go in there as well. Bone blocks and stuff. We can have bones and bone meal in here. Yeah, that works. That works. Slime balls, I think, are going over here with the redstone stuff, because then that way we can use them to make sticky pistons and redstone contraptions. Boar is here. Hello, Boar. We are working on a bit of resource gathering today. This is Choppin Tuesday, where we tend to chop every week, and today's chopping is going to be mostly centered around getting me some more smooth stone, which probably means I'll need to take a trip to either the enchanting table to get myself another silk touch pickaxe, because I think we still don't have a backup silk touch pickaxe, or I will need to make several trips over to the XP farm to mend my gear. But yeah, we've got like all this efficiency 4 and unbreaking and whatnot, but we have a silk touch book trade now, don't we? So I'm pretty sure we have some silk touch books in the farmhouse. So let's make a couple more of those. We need some efficiency 5 silk touch picks. That way I don't have to worry about smooth operator breaking. Let's add some mending and efficiency 4 to some of these existing ones. So yeah, we've got that one there that's efficiency 4 on breaking 3. We've got those two we can combine. I've got tons of levels right now as well, so I might as well do that. Finally got enough iron for a full beacon power, so you've been having fun with that. Great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah, it takes a little while when you start out, but you can get there. I believe in you. Any more efficiency 4s around here? Loyalty, protection. Yeah. There we go. There's a silk touch. got a couple of silk touches in here. We must have an efficiency 4 in here somewhere, surely. Protection, efficiency. Efficiency 4, there we go. There we go. Scrolled past it. We probably also need... Do we have mending in one of these? Or do we need to go and talk to Mendelssohn again? I thought we had mending around here somewhere, but I think maybe I've just used all of them. There's some more efficiency 4s in here as well. Yeah, let's do some trading. Let's go talk to Mendelssohn. Get us a couple more mending books. Because if we can have multiple silk touch pickaxes, we can spend longer down in the mine. What am I looking for here? Books. Of course, they're in here. We can probably get 2 books. Hey, chap, how are you? Having a good one? Shemis, or Shemis, has subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Let's see some sub hype in the chat, please. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Bongi kabongi. Oh, you found out the Vixen gave you a gifted sub. There you go. Spam some emotes. That's right. Use those emotes. All right, we need Silk Touch and Efficiency. Which way around does that work best? I mean, it's either way, I guess. And then Silk Touch, Efficiency for Silk Touch Mending. And we add that to this one, and there's another beautiful pickaxe to add to our collection at this stage. And then I guess we can... Do we combine these two first? I suppose so. And then we'll put Efficiency 4 Silk Touch together, add Mending to that, and then 15 levels. Not too bad. And that is 3 Efficiency 5 Silk Touch pickaxes. Not terrible. Not terrible. So let's maybe leave the... Wait a second. I left my backup tools. There it is. I thought I'd left it up at the storage mechanism for a second. Let's take the shears out of there. And yeah, we'll combine them with the ones in here because that's probably going to fix those up completely. Because I don't always need shears for everything. And then we'll take these down to the stone mine. And what I'm probably going to do is not focus too much on getting... Yeah, I think we'll probably just take those. I'm not going to focus too much on getting, like, ores and minerals and stuff today, because what I can do is keep the beacon in one place and do an absolute ton of strip mining around there just to get stone, because we don't really need the minerals, but we do need the stone. Wow, the chicken cooker has been going great guns. Look at this. Look at this. Fantastic. Oh, we need to get rid of the feathers already, don't we? Sorry, chickens. I will use your feathers another time, but not today. And yeah, we'll need a lot of food because strip mining does tend to take it out of you a little bit. What about New Meinstein for the castle name? Reference to New Schwanstein, the model castle for the Disney logo located in the south of Germany. Wow, is that what it is? I never knew that. Snag Dad, thank you for the email as well. I will update the spelling of your name in my end card on my videos. I'm sorry I misspelled that initially. But thank you very much for the very kind email. I really loved reading that, and I will write you a longer response when I've got some time. So, over here in the mountains, there you go, you can see it in the distance, we have ourselves a beacon. Hello from China. Oh, wow, hello China. I'm amazed that you can watch Twitch streams. But there you go. Is this the real life? No, this is just fantasy. Whoa! Creeper convention under here, apparently. And that spider took a bullet for the creeper. Just creepers and spiders under here today, apparently. I mean, I thought I hit that guy, but fine. Should probably light this up a little better, considering I come here to strip mine quite a lot. And, oh, we need wood. Let's take down one of these spruce trees for some wood. We'll not be able to survive without some torches down here. Apparently the castle is in Bavaria. That's very cool. I have spent very little time in Germany. When I was there, we were traveling along the Mosel and the Rhine for a little while, but we only spent 4 or 5 days there, I think. Lovely part of the world, though. Beautiful countryside. We might need to get some more torches, some more coal at some point, and it's going to be one of those slightly ridiculous situations where there's coal everywhere, but I've only got silk touch pickaxes, so I won't be able to gather it. But, you know, we can save that for another time. Can always come out and grab a fortune pickaxe if we need it. Timber Tuesday. It would be if we didn't have so much chopping to do. So here we are. It is strip mining time, and I will try my best to pay attention to the chat. Obviously, if the stuff gets a little bit darker around here, then I will need to place some torches and make sure I don't get killed by creepers. But in the meantime, what does Silk Touch do? Silk Touch allows you to acquire blocks instead of breaking them down into whatever they would normally break into. For example, if you use a Silk Touch pickaxe on some diamond ore, instead of breaking into diamonds, you basically get the diamond ore block. And what it does for smooth stone is instead of breaking it down into cobblestone, it just stays as stone. And note that I'm calling it smooth stone because that's just like a force of habit at this point, but smooth stone is actually a different thing in the more recent updates, so I should probably keep just calling it stone, but it kind of helps to differentiate it from other stone types like cobblestone, granite, that kind of thing. IXMCI, you don't think you've spoken in here before, but you should say thank you for the series on YouTube. It's very good and easily your favorite on YouTube. Especially appreciate the tutorial elements. What am I trying to do now? If you've been watching the series up till today, you will know that I'm now building a castle over at Founder's Forge, and I ran out of stone while building it. So today's objective is just to gather as much stone as I possibly can, so I can continue that build, convert some of it into stone brick for details, that kind of thing. And also so I can build anything else with stone in future. Because, yeah, I basically used up all the stone I had, and the castle build is still not even finished with the outlines of the walls and everything. This is bulk mining, not strip mining. You may be confusing strip mining with branch mining. I'm pretty sure strip mining is when you just strip out basically everything in an area, and branch mining is the one where you dig tunnels in like a set of branches off from each other. But then the terminology always gets a little bit confusing, and it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, I'm just trying to get as much stone as possible. Call it what you like. Pablop with the host. Thank you so much for the host. Appreciate the support. It is Choppin Tuesday. What about Hereford Castle? As in, like, the... Are you saying that's what I should name my castle, or there is a Hereford Castle that I should be aware of? Because I know where Hereford is. I think my cousins live down there. I'm going to call it stone mining. Yeah, that sounds about right. And if there's occasional resources like this, then I'm not going to not get the gold, you know. But stone is the priority here, which is great, because stone is probably one of the things you can mine the fastest. When you have a beacon, at least. Why don't I build a huge, tall central tower in the castle? I mean, I might, but it has a lot of towers already. And depending on what angle you're viewing it from, some of the towers may look kind of centered anyway. Like the one at the back of the... What I'm thinking of as the main hall, the one where the nether portal is like the tallest tower in the whole thing, I think. And that still looks pretty centered when you're looking at it from a distance. Yes, we should get the emerald ore counter up. So far we have 1. Well, I think I got 3 or 4 just in the time-lapse I recorded yesterday. There we go, running out of inventory space to pick all of this stuff up, which is a good problem to have. I need to put all the shulker boxes down so I have just the maximum inventory space anyway. Just keep coming back to them. Only problem is, if I come back to them and there are mobs in the way... Luckily that guy just didn't see me at all. Oh, I almost let the Emerald Ore despawn as well. That's not a good idea. Flappy Prince, you've been listening to the Spawn Chunks recently. Just wanted to say you love the show. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. For those of you guys who do not know, I host, or co-host rather, a podcast called The Spawn Chunks with my good friend Joel Duggan, who is a podcaster, an expert podcaster, a veteran podcaster, and another Minecraft player. He also streams here on Twitch if you want to drop him a follow. He streams a variety of stuff, everything from art streams to Minecraft gameplay to, I think recently he's been playing Borderlands because of the announcement of Borderlands 3 kind of got him thinking about that game again. So if you want to follow him, he also has a YouTube channel where he uploads some of his streams after the fact. And yeah, he's a lovely dude. I very much have enjoyed getting to know him over the last... it's almost been a year. It's been longer than that since we first spoke on the Citadel Cafe, but yeah, since then, we've almost been doing this Minecraft podcast for, I think it's like 8 months now, because we started back in August, and it is now April, which is still weird to me. Hey, there's Joel. He's here. Yeah, we had our first patron hangout the other day as well, which was a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who attended that. I'm using Haste 2 beacon power. You missed the space mug? It's here, don't worry. It's alright. Local difficulty for this area is 5.55, apparently. Around the Founders Forge area, it's just maxed out, because I spend all my time there, basically. The TARDIS mug. It's not quite the TARDIS mug. The TARDIS's chameleon circuit doesn't work. There you go, there's a nerd sentence for you. I haven't watched Doctor Who for the longest time as well, so... Working and lurking, Joel. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Appreciate you stopping by. I got mugged by a TARDIS. I feel like if anything, my teapot is more TARDIS blue than the mug is, but then I guess the mug represents space-time after a fashion. Forgot I was in hard mode and got shocked at the 5.5. Yeah. Now we are still locked on hard. Okay, good. Occasionally it sneaks up on me and changes it. It doesn't change the difficulty, but it unlocks it, which is still weird, and I still don't know why it's happening. Keeping half an eye on Smooth Operator's durability here, because I don't want to completely run out, but we got backups, so we're good. What is this on right now? 187, plenty of time. Plenty of durability left. I am pretty careful about my tools a lot of the time, although knowing that I have a couple of backup Silk Touch pickaxes now has emboldened me slightly to not worry about it as much. The mug's TARDIS blue if you hold it in front of a picture of the TARDIS. That is true. That is true. The magic of green screen. $142. How many blocks have we mined? And it's only dropped about 40 durability. I love Unbreaking 3. I feel like Unbreaking 3 is never people's favorite enchantment when you ask what their favorite enchantment is, and I still think mine is Silk Touch because it lets me get Emerald Ore, but I feel like Unbreaking 3 is just the most valuable enchantment so much of the time. I mean, obviously Mending kind of supplants that a little bit by allowing you to repair tools instead of just worrying about like the durability decreasing over and over again. But Unbreaking 3 just makes it that much more useful. 63. Okay, the little red pip at the end of that is completely vanished now, so I'm going to put this away in a box, just so people don't worry about it. It's all fine. There we go. Smooth operator. Temporarily retired. We'll mend it in a bit. But there you go. You can take your fingers off the clip button now. How long has this stream been up so far? About half an hour? About half an hour. You do enjoy looting. I like looting too. Actually, I like looting 3, but you know what I mean. And obviously Fortune is really useful too, but Silk Touch just takes it for me. Here we go. I like collecting stuff. I'm a bit of a hoarder, and I like the fact that it allows you to get blocks that are otherwise unobtainable. That's just a very appealing aspect of it to me. Wow, 2 emerald ore in such a short space. Yeah, I really like Silk Touch. Back when I was building stuff out of mushrooms more frequently, Silk Touch was the only way I could get mushroom blocks. I mean, it still is. And now you can get even more mushroom blocks than you had before, so that's even more worth it. Hey, Blackfeather, you loving the castle so far? Hey, good stuff. Glad you like it. I'm enjoying it too, although it does mean putting in a lot of work behind the scenes to, as you can see, get a little bit more stone. This is the same mine that I started on the time-lapse that was in today's video as well. Going out that way and then the right angle this way. That's 3 emerald ore so far. Let's make sure we can fill up these boxes with all of the stuff they want. Silk Touch drops the block instead of mining it. That's a reasonable explanation of it. For somebody who does tutorial series, I'm not very good at concise explanations. It's a flaw I have. I'm trying to get better at that. I ramble, but then that's also the commentator's curse in a way. It's like you can't explain things in short form because you're so used to filling time a little bit. Which is, I think, what a lot of people find makes them impatient with Let's Play videos. Let's Play commentators are too busy adding color to the videos by adding, you know, their own opinions, their own commentary, little jokes and stuff like that. And then some people are just like, get on with it. Explain what the explain what the video's about. Nothing wrong with being long-winded. I even get people in my survival guide series like timestamping the point where I actually explain stuff. You know, with the usual YouTube format of like, explanation starts at 5:29, you're welcome. I actually don't mind that, really, because sometimes people are just there for the tutorial content, and that's fine, but I like to think that some of you guys show up for me as well. Especially the people on these streams. I think they're also doing it in kind of a trolly way, but I don't let that stuff get under my skin. People are always going to interact with the media the way they want to, right? I can't really change that. I'm just happy they're watching the video at all. If I missed an emerald ore, don't worry, I'm going back for it. Sometimes I just like to continue whatever, like, path of mining I'm working on, but no emerald ore gets left behind on this channel. Much as I don't want to pigeonhole myself into having Minecraft-based emotes, I think an emerald ore emote is probably going to happen at some point, as long as we have the space for it. If I get partnered and I get access to more emotes, then that's probably where one of them is going to end up going. Not worried about that for now, though. 6 of those so far. Very nice. We'll keep the gold and coal and everything together for the moment. Why am I mining so much stone? Have you seen the castle I'm building? It's basically made me run out of stone twice. So, I kind of need some more stone at this stage. Any news on the partnering front? Absolutely none. But that's fine. Sometimes these things just take a while. I imagine Twitch has their hands full with rolling out the new affiliate emotes and approving all of those and that kind of stuff, so I don't know what the Twitch staff base is like, but chances are they're just taking partner applications a little slow. It's got to be a lengthy approval process as well, and to be fair, I've only really just started getting regular high numbers on my streams. Like, my streaming history up till this point has been, like, relatively low numbers, and then only in the last couple of months it's really taken off. Man, I love mining in mountains. We have so much emerald ore now. It's just great. Nana with the 13 and then the 12 bits. Happy birthday, Xander Starlings, apparently. Happy birthday, Xander. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you so much for the bits. Nana, however you want to say it. I think that's one of those things I've pronounced right in the past and then have completely forgotten how to say it now. Hey, Half Stack, you tuned out to Survival Guide for quite a bit, but you're getting caught up because you want to see the castle. You don't always have to catch up. I mean, I appreciate you watching all of the videos, but you can always skip ahead. Some of the recent videos have been more tutorial-focused, like the Brewing Guide episode and stuff. Like, a lot of that will be stuff that most people already know or have looked up on the wiki. So I don't feel like you have to watch the entire series, but obviously from a YouTube statistics point of view, I appreciate it. What happened to the quarry? I felt like the quarry was probably just going to be something I did before I had a beacon. Now I've got a beacon, I can strip out that area so fast that I don't really see why we need to continue expanding the quarry. And I also want to turn it into something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, like it actually looks like a real-world stoneworks. Which it doesn't right now, and stripping it out with a beacon isn't going to be helping that. Right, get rid of you. Did I find the golden apple? No, I've still not found the golden apple. I have the same birthday as Minecraft. I do. I like to think that's some kind of destiny involved there. But yeah, May 17th. Obviously, I'm much older than Minecraft is. I'm not turning 10 this year, like Minecraft is. Creeper caves. Can't get past the water, though. Sucker! Get wrecked. Just making sure nothing sneaks up on me while I'm around here. Like these little veins of lapis. Do I prefer the life on a single-player realm or playing on a multiplayer server? I mean, single-player realm is not quite accurate. This is a, yeah, a single-player world. Realms are a different thing, but I don't know. It varies, really. Depends what you're after, and I'm really enjoying doing the Survival Guide series, but I occasionally miss the shenanigans that happen on a multiplayer server. I think the big thing about playing single-player right now for me is that I kind of know what's required for the technical side of the game a little bit more now than I ever used to. And so taking on projects like an iron farm or any of the more technical stuff we've been doing with this series seems like less of a daunting task than it did back when I first joined multiplayer servers, and it was always very helpful that other people would build that stuff because, for my part, I had no idea how to do it. Like in my original single-player series, I doubt I would have been able to build an iron farm for like a couple of years or something. Whereas now, I feel like I have the know-how to make that stuff happen for me, and so being on a multiplayer server isn't as essential to my enjoyment of the game. You were born on May 17th, 2008. Hey, you're 1 year older than Minecraft. What day do I stream every week? I have 3 days I stream each week. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Usually around the same time. Lego Man USA with the 3 bits. Thank you for the 3 bits. Oh, here's trouble. Got the zombs after us. Nona with another 70 bits. Thank you so much. Ah, more of the green shinies. My favorite. Get in the hole. Problem with having knockback on this sword. I do have knockback on it, right? Yeah, I do. Don't always get to put the zombies where you want them. Which in my case is in the bin. Sweden, the song always makes you cry. Oh. It's quite emotional, the Minecraft soundtrack. It's got a lot of this melancholy vibe to it. My favorite thing about Minecraft is just the sheer amount of creativity you can pour into it. The different amount of ways you can play the game. Like, there is no game as diverse as this. One of my other favorite things about Minecraft is the community, though, because there are so many players out there. I've met so many fantastic people, whether in person or through streams, that I would never have met otherwise. And Minecraft now, as a video game, feels almost like a universal language in the same way that music is something that unites people. Video games unite people, and I think Minecraft is so widely played now that it speaks to everyone. You only have to look at the diversity of some multiplayer servers and communities out there. And the sheer amount of different people who are in my comments section on YouTube now, or in my Twitch chat today. It's a fantastic thing. What's up, Zosme? Is there an age demographic for Minecraft? 3+. Where plus is basically anything up to 100 and above. But basically until you can stop playing video games. I'm fully expecting there to be people in future who are like the Minecraft equivalent of that old lady who loves to play Skyrim. Whose name I forget. I think it's Shirley something. But she's often like in the news or on Twitter or something. There's like gaming website articles written about her. She's an old lady who just really loves to play Elder Scrolls games, specifically Skyrim. She has a Let's Play channel. It's great. I love seeing stuff like that. And there are definitely some folks in my community who are older players of Minecraft who just get as much fun, if not more fun, out of the game than kids do. I think anybody who thinks Minecraft has a specific, like, age range to it is thinking in too narrow of a fashion about exactly what makes this game great. I even saw one of Minecraft's community managers liked something on Twitter which had strong language in it, so I won't quote it here verbatim, but it was basically like, anybody who thinks it's cringy to play Minecraft above the age of 13, like, does not know what Minecraft is about, and, like, that cringe culture thing is just ridiculous and you shouldn't listen to it. And I wholeheartedly agree. Pretty sure you're in the old lady demographic I'm talking about. My mum got me into video games in a fashion. Hey, look. We left that in the wall, didn't we? My mum used to play Tomb Raider with me back in the day. Tomb Raider 1 on PC. And she used to play stuff like Age of Empires, like RTS games. Stuff like that. My dad still plays Civilization 2 and Slay and some of that stuff occasionally. No, Azuma is not my dad, for those of you who are asking. But yeah, there are there are a whole bunch of games that, like, even my parents who are not really gaming people, very much appreciated. That Fox Demon, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. Can we see some sub hype in the chat, please? I very much appreciate the support. That game was bomb. Your brother always shot the monkeys. Was that original Tomb Raider monkeys, or... Have I played Simpsons Hit and Run? I have not. Isn't that like Crazy Taxi or GTA, but like the Simpsons branded game? I have not played that. Your mum thinks online gaming is when your dad plays Hearts against the computer instead of solitaire. My parents are really into... I say really into. They're not like super into it, but whenever we go to visit my parents, we play Mahjong, like the board game Mahjong, and not the like matching tiles one. It's like a 4-player game where you have... Effectively, it's kind of like Rummy. You have to like make sets and tricks of specific tiles. And I think for a while my mum was really into playing like a mobile app version of that game. I know my wife was. She occasionally plays Carcassonne on the iPad, that kind of stuff. So like, video games, man, they're a universal language, I'm telling you. But yeah, I've definitely had people in my community in particular say that they play Minecraft with their grandkids, and that is just cool to me. You are a cool grandparent if you play Minecraft with your grandkids. Congrats. My Muffin and I with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. Thank you so much. Hans X Well, welcome along. Got an abandoned mineshaft up here. We might do a bit of exploring there in a minute, but I'm not too focused on that right now, especially if there are spiders, although that's a regular one, not a cave spider, so I should be fine. Let's go drop off these supplies. You're 18, you play Minecraft with your little brother all the time. It's really good bonding, even if he kills you all the time. Yeah, little brothers are like that. It's because you're the older one and they're jealous of that. I think a lot of the time. 12 emerald ores so far. It's a good day. The Twitch Prime subs today, you guys. If you guys aren't aware, by the way, anybody who has an Amazon Prime account, you are entitled to 1 free Twitch subscription per month. If you link your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, you get this service called Twitch Prime. It allows you to do that. And that gives the streamer basically the full revenue they would receive from a paid-for sub. And you don't have to pay an extra penny beyond what you're already paying for Amazon Prime. So I think it's a great deal for anybody who has one of those. I'm pretty sure Student Prime even does the same thing. And you can choose which streamer gets your sub each month, so it doesn't have to be me, it could be somebody else. Anybody else you happen to watch and feel like supporting. It is a worthwhile thing to do. The zombies are just constantly picking up stone in here. When you're on hard mode, is it more common for zombies to pick up items? I feel like it probably is, right? Like the zombies that are tagged with that ability. We're outside of the beacon range now. The zombies that are tagged with that ability spawn more frequently if you're on hard. Kind of makes sense. Your son plays on creative, then doesn't understand why you don't have all the blocks. Hey, he'll come around to survival sooner or later. Been watching me for so long on YouTube since the OMG Craft shoutout video. Man, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. That was decidedly Vanilla Season 2. I was building a restaurant that served rabbit stew to the people of... What was it even called then? Was it Freehaven? Was it Farhaven? I forget. We've been through so many havens on that series since that time. But yeah, man, that is Blast from the Past material. Thank you so much for watching for all this time. Hey, Nobody14, you're early today. Haven't even been streaming for an hour and you're here. That's awesome. I I usually find that you turn up in the last hour of my stream, and I'm like, oh, I have to leave soon. Zombies pick up items 20% of the time on hard. Wow, good to know. Didn't include that in my video about difficulty. That's a shame. But I guess they spawn more frequently with armor, which is kind of a similar thing. I don't know if the mechanics are actually linked in the code, but it seems kind of equivalent. Hey, Tucker. Welcome along. Glad you're stopping by the stream today. I'm collecting a whole bunch of stone. I have a Haste 2 beacon set up here, which means I can mine stone instantly with an Efficiency 5 pickaxe, which allows me to collect a whole ton of it, because in the main Survival Guide series right now, I'm working on a castle build, and I've run out of stone building it twice. Never dared to play on hard for you. It was always normal mode. To be honest, yeah, it's like, it really depends whatever your speed is. And there are benefits to playing on hard. The risk-reward thing comes into play, and you have, like, a better chance of getting better mob drops and mob spawning more frequently, tougher mob spawning so that you get more experience and stuff from that, but I feel like all of the posturing that goes into hard mode difficulties on games and so forth is the same argument that everyone's having about accessibility right now. Like, play the game how you want to play it. If you have the option and you don't feel like playing it a certain way, then I don't think anybody is going to begrudge you that. And the people who do, I disagree with their opinion very strongly. I feel like there is no need for that. This one's almost broken down. Wearing each of these pickaxes down to a stub. Hello, hi, Asura. No idea what your name is meant to be pronounced like, but thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Very much appreciate the support. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. Let's see some sub hype in the chat. See those raised hands. It was the randomly generated username you got. Well, there you go. You're owning it now. That's the important thing. Alright, once again, we're at the far corner of the haste range. I think I'm probably going to head back and dump all of this stone out, because we're nearly running out of shulker box space, which is a good problem to have. The slime's just disappearing from view. Benny Boy, be correct. Welcome along. Great to have you guys here. Thank you for showing up to today's stream. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, let's go and drop all of this material off. I think this one doesn't have anything left, but yeah, we can get out of here. To the skies. Slime did a nice drift there. Tokyo Slimes. My laptop wants me to update Flash Player. Not yet. No, thank you. What am I working on today? Gathering stone, because castles don't build themselves. Whoa. Enderman on the hilltop. Down there. And in bed. Oh. Drifted into bed that time as well. Why doesn't the PS4 version have a shield yet, but every other version does? Because it's not on the Bedrock codebase. Or if it is, it's like a different version of Bedrock, so it's taking a while. While I'm here, I can gather some more coal from my chests and probably make a few more torches. I'm bad at lighting strip mines as I go, but at least we should try and make sure that it's relatively spawn-proof. Let's start putting all of this stone in here directly. And just put the other stuff in there. Bedrock just got shields with the last update. Yeah, I think PS4 version updates also have to go through a different approval process to the Bedrock version going through Microsoft with Xbox Live and everything. I also don't know what the deal is with the Xbox approvals process, considering that Minecraft is owned by Microsoft now. Like, do they get a fast track through that because it's technically one of their properties, or... That'd be interesting to learn. I honestly don't know that. Sony has to approve each update, just in case they sneak in crossplay and other such heretical features. Zosme has subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Look at that. We have a stack of Emerald Ore now. Oh, that makes me so happy. I love me some Emerald Ore. For those of you guys who don't know, Emerald Ore is basically my favorite block in the game. And I rather like it. So having a stack of the stuff makes me overjoyed. Yeah, pretty soon we are probably going to have to start just keeping the smooth stone in a shulker box. Like this. Let's get a few more stacks from here. Replace them with the gravel, the andesite, the dirt. Yeah. And that way, if we keep these in here, then that increases the storage space even further, which is a good problem to have. There we go. Does fortune affect ore blocks? It only affects some. It only affects the ones that break down into lapis, diamonds, emerald, and redstone. Because gold and iron, when you break them with any of the pickaxes that allow them to drop, they do not change state. You don't get iron ingots freshly out of iron ore, same with gold. So you don't get the other blocks from that. Coal as well, you get fortune from that, but yeah, the other stuff is... I mean, it's only really iron and gold, right, that are unaffected by fortune. iPrime9, hey, you love my voice, thank you. Very kind of you. Okay, that's the shulker box is all emptied out. We've got one left in there. Moonflea with a Twitch Prime sub. You guys are killing it with the Twitch Prime subs today. Thank you so much. Do I have a Discord? The Discord I have is for my patrons only, mainly so I can run a tight ship there and make sure that it's like a tight-knit community for moderation purposes. But considering the amount of viewers we've been getting on Twitch lately, I feel like having either an area of the Discord for Twitch people or just opening it up to Twitch people might be a fun thing to do as well. But that's a whole logistical nightmare that I don't necessarily want to put myself through right now. In the meantime, if you want to join the Discord that I'm a part of, the Hermitcraft Recap has a public Discord that I'm in. I don't necessarily post there all the time, but if you know about me through Hermitcraft Recap, that might be worth joining. Which Enderman farm do I think is the best? I mean, Nembon's Ender Mini is probably the best one I've seen. It provides more Enderman than you can, like, claim the XP from at a time. It's pretty intense. And that's probably the one I'll end up building on this series when I get around to that. Hey, Smitty, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Twitch people is good people. I'm coming to learn that, yeah. At least my Twitch people are good people. I've seen some obnoxious chats out there. You guys are some of the best. So, congratulations to you for being stand-up good people. The one Iskal uses? Yeah, Iskal built it. DocM built it on the server, like, much earlier, I guess. I can't remember exactly when it was, but when he started his Ender Pearl shop, he was like, hey, I have this design of Nembons. Well, I suppose it was only a matter of time. There's a horse in my portal. I tell you what, if you go in there, if you end up on the ground in, well, let's try that again. Am I on Hermitcraft? I'm not on Hermitcraft. Good thing about keeping the horse in here is that the horse will just wander back into a different portal. Jess J, hi! Or Jessie, hi. Is it Jessie, hi? Jessie, hi. There we go. I said the horse is supposed to wander back through the portal. Dang it, Bobby. Alright, you're just near the horse now, I guess. Jesse, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. Thank you so much for the support. 5-minute cooldown for mobs. Okay. I thought it was like closer to the cooldown time a player gets, but apparently not. Whoa! That was the laptop flying for me again. You have a pig wandering around your hub. I feel like all of the farm animals are slowly starting to enter the nether through that hub I have at the center of the castle. Do I make most of my farms by myself, or do I take designs from others? It varies. A lot of the time, if it's a more technical farm like this Guardian farm, for example, I will take the basic idea of what I've seen from Cub fans' videos, or like I've seen a farm design and can vaguely work out how it works from the mechanics that I know about, and I try and make it from scratch without referring to a specific tutorial. But more often than not, of course, I'm working with designs that the technical community has known about for a while. So it's never the case that a farm is, like, originally mine, but then so little in Minecraft these days is original to begin with. That's the problem, really. You're never going to find a design that somebody else hasn't already thought of, unless you're right on the cutting edge of things. You got scared there was no armor icons. Yeah, the Nether is weird like that. It will occasionally just, like, spawn you in without refreshing your armor bar. Guardians and Blazes actually give you the same amount of experience, Flash. It's just that I think this farm collects more Guardians than the Blaze farm collects Blazes. But they each give you 10 experience per kill, so they're pretty reliable. I also don't have a sweeping edge on this sword yet, so it might take a little while for this. The other disadvantage of using a Guardian farm is the damage you take. And that means that I have to wear my armor, and my armor has to mend itself as well, so the tools aren't necessarily going to mend as fast. But it's a trade-off between that and, you know, being able to kill them faster, get XP faster that way. What are we chopping today? We're chopping stone today, Fev. Right now we're chopping Guardians, though. Who might actually be, like, made of stone if you believe Zloy XP. Zloy has some great theories about the lore of Minecraft in general and what exactly the deal with some of these mobs is. And that Guardians are basically animate prismarine is kind of a fun theory he has. I recommend checking out his Overthinking Minecraft video that he made about Zombie Pigmen 2, because that is super fun. Do I ever play modded Minecraft, and will I? I have played modded Minecraft in the past. Typically, I prefer to stick to vanilla because I know it inside and out at this stage, but I'm still learning stuff about it, which is kind of a contradiction in terms, I suppose. But I find that modded overwhelms me much more easily than vanilla does, and so I tend to burn out on modded much faster, whereas I could just play vanilla until the cows come home, and frequently do. But I have played a few different mod packs in the past, some of which were custom for the series that we were doing. Like one of the founding members of Decidedly Vanilla, a guy called B-Ran, put together 2 packs called Decidedly Neapolitan, because, you know, more flavors than vanilla, right? And so we played a couple of packs like that. I explored Thorncraft in the second one of those. The first time around, I just did Tinker's Construct because I had no idea what I was doing. But, yeah, I've done some modded series here and there. I've done some lightly modded stuff with the Division SMP and Harmony. I've done some heavily modded stuff like Forever Stranded Lost Souls with the Cobblenauts, which was a lot of fun and occasionally very frustrating, but that's how Forever Stranded works. It's kind of a brutal pack. And on streams for a while, I did Sky Factory. We did Sky Factory 3, and I made time lapses for that. That went up on my YouTube channel. Fev, you see space tea. Yes. Always drinking some space tea over here. Thank you for the 5 bits. Ethan with the host, thank you. What's the music playing? This is the Minecraft Volume Beta soundtrack. This song is paradoxically called Alpha. You can find this on C418's Bandcamp page, and a lot of this music is actually featured in the game depending on where you go, and if you have music enabled at the time. Nobody14, thank you for the host. The other advantage of being here at the Guardian Farm is it gets me Prismarine shards, which I am kind of in need of right now. For mostly this stuff. I think 1 XP heals like 4 durability? 2 or 4? I think something like that. It's hard to tell though, because 1 orb of XP isn't necessarily 1 XP. XP clumps together. So each of those is not necessarily 1 point of XP. Father Connor with 250 bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Very kind of you. No message, but thank you. I appreciate that. How long will the stream go for? Probably another... What am I looking at right now? I think another 3 hours or so. I plan on gathering a lot of resources today and probably starting a small netherwart farm. In fact, I should do that before I go and chop any more stone, because then the netherwart can grow while I'm doing other stuff. Kind of makes more sense that way, doesn't it? The bits. The bits are real. Another streamer you watched finished up his huge Guardian farm today. In his excitement, he ended up dying using it. That is basically what happened to me after I finished this farm. I hadn't got this whole room built out. I just had like a small section around the kill mechanism, and they just lasered me, and I didn't have anywhere to escape to. Do all the items filter into storage? Yes. Yeah, there are hoppers underneath the Guardians. It gets spat out by a dropper clock into this water stream over here. There's just like a bubble column behind there, takes it up to the top of the water stream. That all gets filtered over those hoppers, which collect the items. And it's pretty reliable, too. Like, I've only ever seen a couple of Prismarine shards getting into this chest. There you go. There's like a Prismarine crystal there that kind of flowed over from this chest, because they gain a lot of momentum in those water streams. It's almost too fast. Did I have a name for the castle? I did not. I have a lot of great suggestions in the comments, Ethan, and I was saying to people in the chat earlier that if you suggest in this chat, like, there's a chance that I might not notice it, because the chat moves really fast on Twitch, so if you've got ideas for it, it's probably a good idea to go over to the YouTube video and leave them there. I haven't chosen a name yet, and I'm still trying to think of a few names myself to throw into the mix. But I appreciate the feedback. Isn't there a way to block laser shots? Yeah, Cub has them sat on enchantment tables, which actually have a low enough hitbox that the Guardians sort of sink into them, and the hoppers can still collect the drops. I just didn't set this room up to have that as an option, and so I use it infrequently enough anyway that I don't tend to worry about it too much. And if you're attacking them like this, you're killing them fast enough that getting actually lasered by a Guardian and taking damage isn't a problem. The problem is them all having this Thorns effect that damages you anyway. It's not like I'm constantly getting attacked by them, I'm constantly getting counter-attacked by them. Dan's OX101, never seen a stream, and you've been watching so many of the Minecraft Survival Guide series, man. You love them so much. Thank you so much for the great content. Hey, you are welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying the series. I'm glad that it's helping you out with your own Minecraft world. I going to decide the castle name, or can we expect a poll in an upcoming video? It depends. If there are enough great names that I just can't decide between a few of them, then a poll could happen, sure. But yeah, I don't know. I will see what the full results are. That video's only been out for like 5 hours as well, so I don't know if we're still going to get some really great suggestions coming in later. I'll probably wait until we've actually finished the castle to name it properly. Recently learned about XP sharing between mending items. Now you spend much less time at EXP farms. Yeah, I would take the armor off if it didn't mean that I would die within about 3 hits of thorns, because these guys pack a punch on hard. Castle of Omens like Sword of Omens. Not a bad idea. Brass92 with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for the support. Let's see some sub hype in the chat, please. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. Does a good Ender Ender get you the most XP the fastest, or is there a different XP farm that's more efficient? I think the Ender Ender is probably, if you're using Nembon's design, you can gather XP, like the XP actually arrives to you faster than you can take it in. So I think that is probably the fastest XP farm. Cub's Guardian farm, if it's optimized, is also pretty close, but it has a lot of drawbacks that the Enderman farm does not. But then, of course, the problem with the Enderman farm is that you've got to go all the way out to the end, and there's... Excuse me, there's a whole bunch of problems with that, so... Yeah, eventually we will get around to that, but I don't need to prioritize it as an XP farm. I've got a couple of pretty decent XP farms as it is. I would say that this Guardian farm or the Blaze farm is probably a lot better than the Spider and Skeleton setup I had before. The castle should have a witch living somewhere inside, only if I can stop her throwing potions at me every time I walk through the door. Hey, Lundy, thank you for the host. Name the castle with banners. Yeah, we could put it on the map, couldn't we? That's a good idea. People have been asking me to do like a proper map room for ages, and I might do that inside the castle somewhere. If there's going to be like a war room or something like that. If not a war room, because it's more of like a... It's not going to be a warlike nation so much as the castle is controlling the industry in the area, so I think it could be more like... It could be nicer to have a map of the area, and then they can kind of pinpoint where they want to start their next, like, big mine or something like that, you know? I would like to have that be part of it. It'll come around on Reddit occasionally where someone was like, hey, I built a really great map room, and then suddenly everyone is sharing pictures of their map rooms. Not only Wasim with the host, thank you so much. Almost done repairing this. I feel like repairing these things almost takes longer than the strip mining does. Although that's probably not true. So many fish as well, gosh. It's no wonder I was eating fish for the first, like, half of this series. Hey, JJ Gamer, you haven't missed much. We're just repairing the pickaxes, and then we're going to go back and mine some more stone. But we're going to set up a netherwart farm first, which I have not even started on yet. The netherwart farm is not going to be anything special for right now. It's just going to be a patch of netherwart, and then we will probably come back and look at some more approaches to automated collection. Maybe even automated growing if we can. Which basically just involves, like, holding down right-click and walking away most of the time. Yes, water is firing out of the dispensers. The dispenser that's ticking over in the background is firing all of the items across there, but that's a dropper rather than a dispenser, but it doesn't matter in this case. The Royal Chamber of Fish and Chips, that's what this is. But The dispensers on either side of this have water so that I can turn those off and the Guardians just die of fire and fall damage. Which means you can collect drops here passively if you just AFK. If I could add one food item to Minecraft, what would it be? Probably tea. The difference between a dropper and a dispenser is actually something I explained in episode 101 of the Minecraft Survival Guide, but basically it comes down to dispensers can actually place some items instead of just shooting them out. Dispensers can do things like bone meal crops for you, shear sheep in the latest update, and set things on fire if they've got a flint and steel inside. They can also shoot arrows at you, whereas a dropper will just drop the item. Dispensers can dispense water and lava. Droppers will just shoot out a bucket of water or a bucket of lava. I like the idea of having mobs to defend my castle, Fev, but realistically the only thing they're going to be defending it from is me, and I don't really want to be shot by mobs every time I go to my nether portal. I love the idea in theory. In practice, it would be a nightmare. Alright, I think we're all mended up. Great stuff. I mean, give or take the elytra, but I think the elytra will be fine for the moment. Okay, let's get going. What would the tea do? Give a boost or be like milk? Yeah, I think tea curing status effects would be kind of good, because I feel like tea always feels like a bit of a pick-me-up to me. Cures things like if you're feeling a bit under the weather, good cup of tea. How do the Guardians infinitely spawn? The Ocean Monument likes to have a certain amount of Guardians within the bounding box of it. And so if it detects that there are not as many Guardians in that area as there should be, it spawns more of them. Freak8, you're new, welcome along. Would it be stackable or would it be like soup? I mean, generally speaking, the way Minecraft sort of design philosophy goes, liquids aren't stackable. If it's an open container of liquid, like a bowl of soup or a bucket of anything, you can't stack it. So tea, if it was like a cup of tea, would probably have to follow that same formula, I guess. Although it would be nice if it was stackable to a certain extent, like or drinkable for multiple levels of emptiness, so you could have like a few sips of a cup of tea instead of drinking the whole thing. Splash potion of tea. That's what I want. Just dump a teapot on yourself. Never tried stacking bowls of soup IRL? Hey, Tuxedo Cat. Don't spill your soup. You've only got one. So, back to the mines. Potentially back to the mines. Netherwart farm first, though. Let's grab some of this. Let's grab some of that. Let's put a stack of blocks down and let's plant a stack of netherwort. I think I have more soul sand over at the storage room. What are some things I would like added or things to make survival more enjoyable? Things I would like added include some means of having colored lighting in survival Minecraft would be really cool. I mean, not just in survival Minecraft, in Minecraft in general. But yeah, I would love to have colored lights. Be able to light some kind of mossy cave up with a gentle green glow. Even just having glowworms that do it or something like that would be really neat. Fireflies, that kind of thing. And obviously there's logistical problems with that, I understand. But yeah, I feel like if we're thinking sky's the limit here, I would love to have a colored lighting system. And have basic things like torches be probably just white light. because them giving off a warm glow everywhere would be like using shaders. It would just kind of turn everything this kind of orangey color that I know a lot of people wouldn't really want. But then, yeah, there are a few other things I would like. A few minor changes. And I talk about that stuff quite regularly on the Spawn Chunks podcast, so if you guys aren't listening to that, that's a question we've addressed several times, and I think some of the answers would be pretty much what you'd expect. Mitz Cats, or Mizzed Cats, has subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. And I appreciate the support. Yeah, let's raise those hands. Get some sub hype in the chat. Is it the Netherwart farm? It is a Netherwart farm. It is not the Netherwart farm. Right now I'm just going to plant a bunch of this. Wait for it to grow. Although, thinking about it, this may not be the best place for it after all, because I think we're... No, I need to build it elsewhere. I feel silly taking this whole thing up again, but we're outside of the spawn chunks here, so if I move too far away... Speaking of the spawn chunks, put that in the podcast. Yeah, it's not going to grow whilst I'm over at the beacon mine, is it? So we either need to plant it at the beacon mine, which seems like a silly idea, or we need to plant it somewhere inside the spawn chunks. So I think that hilltop over there might be a good idea, actually. Do I ever do videos on the podcast YouTube channel? We are not planning on having video content be part of that channel, aside from just a convenient place to upload the episodes. But there is scope for something like that to happen in future, maybe. But yeah, we are not we're not planning to like make let's plays for the channel or anything like that. If in future we do any live streams like we did last time with Minecon Earth, where we restreamed the Minecon Earth live stream and provided commentary as we went, then yeah, chances are we could host them on that YouTube channel after the fact. But that's only if we do anything official as like the Spawn Chunks brand kind of thing. But we don't really have any other plans for that at this time. I've not completed all the achievements. No, there are still a couple I need to get. I still need to get the secret one. How did you get here? How did we get here? Whichever one it's called. Which is going to be a much more difficult thing than Furious Cocktail was. I still don't have an enchanted golden apple. And in fact, if I get one at this point, it's probably worth waiting until 1.14 comes out, because then I can use it to get a banner pattern and still have the enchanted golden apple. What else? Subspace Bubble is the other one I need. This one, which is easy enough. I just don't have anywhere to go in the nether. And Serious Dedication is still broken. The rest of them I've got. So I think this is in the spawn chunks, because my spawn point is actually basically like down there by the tree. So I'm pretty sure that's within range, and with any luck, that will all grow while we're over at the beacon mine. So let's go back there and we'll find out if I'm right. Of course, I've got tons of stuff in here now that I probably should get rid of. Let's turn all of this into sticks, because I only realistically need that for torches. Nice to see that I come back here and there are fewer mobs wanting to kill me during the middle of the day, which is the problem with this whole area. Let's do some more digging. How am I flying in survival? Welcome to the concept of Elytra. Elytra are basically these glidey wings that were... Whoa, hello. I can't show you them right now. I've got to fight the spider to the death. Elytra are these wings that you have on the back here. They are available from end cities, which were added in Minecraft 1.9. And yeah, that was back in 2015, those were added. And they basically give you the ability to glide with firework rockets, which you can make just using gunpowder and paper. You make ones that don't have the firework stars in. You can fly. You can actually use them to boost yourself. And that really came about, I think, because people figured out that you could shoot yourself into the air with a punch bow, and that would effectively boost you, but players were just having to shoot themselves into the air the entire time. And it required a fair amount of skill, which was not the most accessible thing for new players, and it kind of created a barrier to entry for people who wanted to actually fly with Elytra. So Mojang added the ability to fly using firework rockets, which makes fireworks eminently more useful than they were before, in my estimation. But yeah, Elytra have been in the game for a little while, and the flight mechanics are really quite cool now. It's still not as controllable as creative flight, though. Elytra are basically useless as far as building goes, but as far as travel is concerned, they're so useful. Is it okay if you use locate to find nether fortresses? I mean, if you don't want the challenge of it, if you'd rather just find one and be done with it, sure. If it's your world and you've decided you want to do that, that's absolutely up to you. It's much more fun than creative flying. That's true, yeah. Like, flying with Elytra does feel like you're actually flying instead of just walking in the air. Insert the Snowman soundtrack here. Getting my buttons mixed up here. There we go. So this time I think I'll put all the smooth stone in these, actually. It kind of makes sense to put the smooth stone in the regular colors and then have all of the ores and stuff at the end there. Move all of that stuff in there. It's not like I'm going to have that many ore blocks to begin with. There we go. So stone on that end, other blocks on that end. Perfect. Thank you, Fev. The sing-along happening in the chat right now. There's no wrong way to play Minecraft except not playing Minecraft. That's a good way of putting it. And yeah, slow falling does help with being a little bit more precise with Elytra flight if you need to be, but it's really not good for creative building. Like, the inability to go up is the main thing. Like, you either go up a whole bunch or you don't go up at all. Unless you're very good at, like, dipping and gliding and you're more precise with that kind of thing. Yay, more emerald ore. We're over a stack now. Exciting times. Have I thought of populating Founders Forge with villagers? I have. I'm waiting for 1.14, where you have a little bit more control over what villagers do during the day, because that's going to make it easier to decide where the villagers want to go. And I like the idea of having them around, but realistically, I would have to light up the entire area to make sure that zombies didn't spawn nearby. That's going to be quite difficult. So I might do it in future, but I can make no guarantees about the villagers' safety. Currently got about 18 emerald ore yourself. There you go. There you go, Pride Ceratops. That's a nice little collection. All about the emerald ore over here. Somebody earlier up asked why I didn't live stream on YouTube. The main reason is because my YouTube channel would get too cluttered with VODs, and I like to keep it, like, separate with videos and live streams, just so my channel analytics don't get all screwed up. But also, I find Twitch is a better platform for live streaming. The moderation tools are better if anyone's misbehaving in the chat. The Twitch community has, like, a pretty decent discoverability as far as Minecraft goes. Like, it's easier to find Minecraft streamers on Twitch, I think. Whereas on YouTube, I think everyone just sticks to whatever people are subscribed to and whatever pops up on the homepage. The Twitch search system feels a little bit more comprehensive. And also Twitch audiences understand live streams a bit better. 230 people here right now, by the way. Can we stop and acknowledge that for a second? You guys are amazing. Coming out here on a Tuesday, on a school night. Although I imagine some people are off for the... whoa, hello. What's it with the zombies in leather armor right now? I imagine some people are off for, like, Easter holidays and stuff right about now. The Funk Soul Brother. Because, yeah, my sister is a teacher and she's off for the holidays now. She's been texting me about all the gardening she's been doing. Which is very exciting times. I get to see pictures of the cats up a tree. Always adorable. Haven't been to school in over 10 years. Oh, there we go. That's the life, right? Once you're out of school, world is your oyster. No responsibilities whatsoever. I've been to work. It's like school, but harder. I'm 48. What's this school thing? See, back in the dim and distant past. If you're one of those freaky homeschool kids, aka you. It's funny how the concept of, like, homeschooling, I mean, is probably a thing in some parts of the UK, but it doesn't happen nearly as frequently as it does in countries like the US. But I think that's also a geographic thing, just like the sheer amount of landmass in the US and Canada maybe as well, like some other countries like that, means that you have a higher chance of being in, like, less of a proximity to a bunch of schools that you could potentially go to. And the amount of space that's available in schools and stuff. Like, the infrastructure needs to be there, but it's difficult. Anyway, I don't know enough about the whole system that I'll go into it, but I feel like, yeah, homeschooling is just not really a thing that I had heard about here in the UK until I started chatting more with American folks. Yeah, it's easier to be homeschooled if you just live out in the middle of nowhere. I've not decided what the name of the castle is yet, no. Suggestions on the YouTube video, please, though, because I can't always read the chat in time to catch everybody's suggestions here. I'm 34, I miss school. I don't miss school. I had a good time at school, good time at university. But I very much like adult life. I mostly like just being in charge of what I'm doing. Being partly self-employed and then partly being able to sort of set when I do my work and when I keep my hours is very, like, it's very much how I want to live my life. Even going back to a traditional job at this point feels like it would be possible, but a difficult hurdle to overcome when I've been enjoying this immensely, you know? What did I study at university? I was a music production major. I mean, saying major is kind of an American term. Like, we don't really have minors so much over here, or maybe you can do, but I didn't. Yeah, I studied music production for 3 years, and then did not get a job in music production, but it's not to say there were no transferable skills. I like to think the audio quality of my videos has probably been the biggest benefit of that, is having some idea of how recording equipment works. It's kind of useful when you're setting up a Let's Play channel or a stream. I have a certain set of standards, and I also have a reasonable amount of recording equipment, so it really wasn't that difficult to get the channel up and running. I feel like the thing that's changed the most as far as the audio quality of my videos is concerned is just how I talk on camera. Like, the presentational side of my voice has changed more than the audio setup has. I'm still using the same microphone, the same mixing desk, audio interface. I still record basically the same way. But knowing how to mix video and how to balance things is kind of important. Making sure that volume levels are good so that your commentary can be heard, your voice is clear, that kind of stuff. It really makes a great deal of difference in terms of quality. And personally, I would much rather watch a video that had good audio quality but bad visuals than the other way around. Like, if the quality was crystal clear, 1080p, 60 FPS, but the audio sounds like it's, you know, somebody talking at you from the other end of the room, and you can't really understand what they're saying half the time because the audio quality is bad, then that's me much more likely to tune out. Because half the time I don't always watch videos as intensely as all that. Like, I'll have a video on in the background, or I'll sort of half be paying attention to it because I'm focusing on what I'm doing in Minecraft. Joel says the animation training helps with video editing, timing on cuts, etc. Yeah, that's something I very much had to learn on the job, but then being familiar with audio editing software, like, editing audio and video is kind of a similar discipline, so it was not that much of a stretch. Like, the software basically works in much the same way. The tools look slightly different, but you're doing more or less the same thing, so the editing side of things came more naturally to me than it might be to somebody who was learning everything from scratch. As part of my music production degree, I also studied a little bit of, like, film music production. And that's less about composing it yourself and more just about how to time footage to audio and sound. And that stuff comes in really helpful. Knowing where the dramatic place is to put a certain amount of music, or, like, when music shifts can indicate a shift in tone. That stuff is really fun. Really useful to know. Many animators, you know, are musicians, even if it's just a simple hobby. I mean, that's a useful side of animation as well. If you are, especially if you're doing your own animation stuff, being able to put music to it just adds an extra dimension to the animation. Like, if you're making a little animated short or something like that, being able to do the music yourself, you know what the tone is, you know the kind of stuff you want. So being able to compose the music yourself can sort of better approximate your own artistic vision of the short you're trying to make. And yeah, means you get exactly what you want if you know what you're doing with that. Hello. That guy was waiting to drop on us. Watch all this stone disappear in a matter of, like, the next 3 videos. Right now we are at Y16, which is why I'm not encountering diamonds more, but this entire level below here has been mined out as well, so I could probably go further down. Oh yes, more emerald ore, good. Hup. The floor below this is at Y11. I could probably go to, like, Y7 or 8 or something and do the same thing, but the priority here is getting stone, not getting minerals. Hey, Cello fellow, welcome along. Happy Choppin Tuesday to you as well. Creeper lurking in the shadows, true to form. Hey, it's what they do. Clue is in the name. Actually, I think you'll find clue is in the grid. That's a joke for the Tron fans out there. Ah, yes, that huge demographic. Why do I have the narrator thing on? That is not the narrator, that is subtitles, and I have that on so deaf and hard of hearing people can understand my streams better. I've seen a few people streaming with an automatic captioning service that does like live captions lately, and I've been thinking about putting that into my streams as well, but I don't know exactly where the box for it would go in my layout to be like as unobtrusive as possible. I think maybe having it above the subtitles here in the lower right might make sense, but I don't know. Or maybe in the top right. But then, yeah, it's difficult to place those elements without really obscuring part of the UI. But then as far as the Twitch experience goes, I figure it is less in demand, and if people have issues with it, they can always go and watch the VOD on YouTube, where captions can be automatically generated that way. But it's something I'm considering doing, and there's some really great auto-captioning software out there. When we raided Fibrowolf the other day, he was using something like that, which is really cool to see. Above my head like a speech bubble. I like that, actually. It's not a bad idea. I like to think I at least have a clear enough speaking voice that I could make myself somewhat understood. You watch with subtitles on everything. Yeah, sometimes it's not even like a deaf or hard of hearing thing. Sometimes you just don't want to have something on full volume, but you still want to understand what's being said. I do that all the time. I do that with the Hermitcraft recap sometimes when I'm watching videos at 2 times speed, because sometimes the subtitles just help me catch something that's being said when I'm watching stuff like I don't have my headphones in, I'm not 100% focused on the video. The subtitles on YouTube also generate an automatic transcript, which is really easy to search through for like specific terms if you're not certain at what point something happened in a video. Connor and Alexandra with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for your Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. You're 2 in a million if it's Connor and Alexandra. I appreciate the support, guys. Thank you. We are also inching ever closer to getting back to 150 subs. I think a few people had like gift subs that lapsed a little while ago, but we are getting back up there at this stage, and the support you guys are showing is phenomenal. So thank you so much. Okay, this box filled up with junk more than I expected it to, but no worries. We're here for the stone anyway. I think I could probably take a few more layers off of this wall, but for the most part, this area is looking pretty cleared out as far as the beacon radius goes. This is at Y11, and there's the obsidian around here is all lava pools, so that's the main thing I'm worried about, is making sure I don't accidentally mine myself into one of those. Because if we dig down like here, still very much lava there. What does a comparator do? Compares things. The clue is in the name. You really want to sub, but you don't have the money. That's fine. Don't worry about it. You can just hang out and enjoy the stream. Streams are always going to be free for everybody. I don't have any plans to put on like subscriber-only mode at any point, so streams are for everybody. Make a film of the podcast. We're not really very interested in doing like on-camera stuff. We do it for other things, but podcasts are meant to be like an audio medium, and it's not like we have a very interesting set to do stuff in. So appreciate the feedback, but we're not gonna worry about the video content of the podcast anytime soon. Although we are getting closer to a goal of doing a live recording of the podcast, where basically we record. Right now, Joel and I record the podcast on like a private Discord call, like just a straight DM call. Whereas, if our Patreon reaches a certain goal, which you can find at patreon.com/thespawnchunks, we will actually be recording the weekly episodes of the show from our Discord chat and having patrons be able to listen live. They won't be able to like talk on the call because the show is still just going to be Joel and I hosting. But if anybody wanted to listen in live through the Discord, then we could basically be broadcasting the episode for people who want to listen live at the time, in much the same way that we did our patron hangout the other day. So if anybody wants to help get us to that goal, and potentially listen into the podcast as it happens, warts and all, including any times that I might have to make an edit. There we go. There's the blue shiny rocks everybody wanted. But yeah, that's patreon.com/thespawnchunks. Fine, I'll get the diamonds. And I'll put this pickaxe away because that is... it's raining on my beacon. Yeah, the pickaxe is pretty much worn out now. Don't need those, need all of this. Don't need those either. We're keeping the diorite, we're throwing out the leather pants. Blue shiny rocks, did you mean lapis? I love the thwack noise that happens when you like sprint at something and give it the extra knockback. Such a meaty sound effect. Don't spend them all at once. Oh hey, it's another one. Snuck into the ceiling there. If we hadn't mined that out, we'd never have found it. Poor lonely carrot in the inventory. Not for long, ha 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 ha. Joining its friends in my belly. Might as well bring the redstone ore with us as well. It's a redstone component. Or it can be. Some tasty gold. Poor lonely Keratin picks his digestive system. What are they feeding these spiders? Tough as nails, some of them. Yep, safe to say there are a few slime chunks around here. Alright, we'll go down one level. We'll try down here. See if we can dig up any more diamonds that I've missed from the floor. Certainly more redstone around. Probably best to keep a bucket of water on the bar, though. Hey, that's the stuff we want. Man, so many emerald ores that we were missing out on. Good thing we came down here. Those are Texan spiders. Or Australian spiders. What's good about emerald ore? It's just rare. It's nice to have. It's pretty. Decorative. You can't get it any other way. I like to silk touch emerald ore because if you use fortune on it, all you get is emeralds, and you can easily get emeralds in about a dozen other ways. Whereas emerald ore is more unique than that. You can farm emeralds infinitely. For every diamond ore I find in the next 5 minutes, you'll donate 5 bits. There's a challenge, folks. Speed mining time. Anybody else want to match Fev's donation? Of course, that kind of relies on me finding diamond ore in the first place. Something tells me I will have got most of it from Y11 anyway. Doesn't always generate super low down because it can get broken by bedrock. Aussie spiders are not bad or scary. I know, I'm Australian. I've seen pictures. I disagree. You heard of a huntsman spider? Yep, there we go. Knew it was going to happen eventually. Well, it's looking unlikely that I get any bits so far because no diamonds. Plenty of lava, but no diamonds. Now, if you'd said redstone ore, on the other hand. I can hear the slimes above. I also need to go back to the shulker boxes and drop off all this stone, because I'm not collecting stuff anymore. Die, will you? Stone Crypt. The 100 bits. Thank you. What key combo do you press to transfer all items immediately? Shift and double click. Well, we found 1 emerald ore, so that ain't nothing. Good news, Feb. You get to keep all your bits. Do I think Aussie crocodiles are scary? Oh, there we go. There's some. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's check I actually picked those up. Do you stay up at 2:30 a.m. for the expansion of one of your favorite games? I mean, how long is it going to take to install? It's the other question. These days, game installs get pretty big, even for DLC. So if you stay up until 2:30, you might not get to play it until 7:30. How good's your internet? So many questions. Hey, second emerald ore. Oh, it's pre-installed? Okay, that's a little different then. Recorded Zaphod with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. It's probably Zaphod, isn't it? I'm thinking Hitchhiker's Guide here. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Let's see some sub hype in the chat, please. Fev is keeping track. 2 minutes. Gonna have more emerald ore than I have diamonds at this rate. I'm leaving all of this stuff on the ground. Throw out the bones, the spider eyes. Collect all of this stuff. The stuff I actually want. How do I get back up to the surface now? And by the surface, I mean my shulker boxes. Cello Fellow, 10 bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Let's say we are getting close now. I'll keep these in my inventory just so we can keep track of that. For those of you guys who are playing along at home. Seeing the time lapse and getting stone in the newest video that when I open the shulker boxes, it's sometimes in sync with the music. Yeah, I actually did that intentionally. I totally planned that. I mean, I didn't plan doing it when I was opening the shulker boxes at the time, but I went back in the edit to make sure that that matched up. I'm cleverer than you guys think. Like, nothing is done by accident if you're a content creator. Every edit is deliberate. Why mine all with Silk Touch rather than Fortune? Because I'm here to Silk Touch Smoothstone, and I actually want to build with the ore blocks at some point. Okay, we're outside of haste range. Fev with the 30 bits. Time's up. 6 diamonds. There we go. Thank you so much for the 30 bits. Appreciate the support. I like the little mini-game idea. We should come up with more stuff to do like that. Obviously, that depends on people being generous in the chat, so that's not something I should count on, I suppose. But that was fun. I enjoyed doing that. Good incentive to do some speed mining around here. And 30 bits from Brass as well. Thank you, Brass. Stay puffed with the diamond matching. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, my mum plays with 30 bits as well. You guys. Is there a way to download the world? No, not yet. I plan on being able to put out a world download when Founders Forge is basically built, which is not going to be for a while yet. I'm not planning on doing it for like a milestone episode or anything like that. Yeah, my mum plays the 30 bits. Stay puffed, Brass, Fev. You guys are legends. Legends of the stream. Darmoon with 30 bits as well. The Diamond crew coming in with the support. Okay, I think this is a pretty reasonable amount of stone to take home with us. Let's put all of this in here. We came home with 11 diamond ore as well, which is not terrible. Let's get out of here for now. And check on our netherwort farm. There we go. Get me out of here. Here's 20 more for the emerald ore from Yeah, My Mom Plays. Thank you. Let's take another look at the castle. Shinkinoko with a $19.59 saying diamonds. Diamonds indeed. Thank you so much for that generous donation. Ginger Lily, oh, you found 300 shamrocks in your sock drawer. Thank you so much for the 300 bits. I feel luckier than ever. Look at that, we've got, what is that, 90 diamond ore in there now? That's going to be fun. We're going to do some building with that at some point. Make like a little diamond cave or something. It's always fun to do little projects with that you don't necessarily expect, because you're expecting to use all the diamonds for actual diamonds. Am I from the UK? I am from the UK, yeah. What gave it away? Is it the fact that my voice sounds like I could do nature documentaries? And here we see the Minecrafter in his natural habitat, grinding away for stone like a madman because he wants to build himself a castle. All of the tea talk, that's probably it, to be fair. Let's be real. You're either talking Britain or the American South at that point. Two very different types of tea. Okay, good. Let's check the contents of these, because then, yeah, we can stash some of the stone away. As long as it doesn't have anything else in it, like my spare pickaxe, for example, which I'm pretty sure is in this one. Yeah. I'm secretly Japanese. That just for the love of tea. I'm basically like Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Anyone's like, I have all these problems. I'm like, how about some calming jasmine tea? I love that show. Such a great cartoon. Do I put cream in my tea? No, just milk. Cream sounds like it'd be, I don't know, either too luxurious or too gross. One or the other. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. I need to go and grab the Fortune 3 pickaxe. Skimmed or semi-skimmed? Semi-skimmed. Skimmed milk is like white water. I'm not such a fan. Yep, that has not grown at all. Fantastic. The problem with this stuff is you can't bone meal it either. And there are no growing conditions other than it has to be on soul sand. So, I think we're just going to have to hang out by this stuff for a minute or two. You're an American who dislikes American football. I'm sure you're not alone. Especially considering you're coming to a video gaming live stream. Well, I know the divide there is not quite as big as people like to say. JJ Gamer with the $2.61. Love the videos and streams. Keep it up. Thank you, I will. I assume that's probably in a different currency because 261 seems like a very strange number. Very kind of you. Thank you for the 261. Put an AFK fish farm next to it. All the AFK farms in one place. I basically never use that as a boat path. I just don't have a boat with me. That makes sense, right? Right, let's mend these before I forget, because otherwise I'm going to get myself in trouble and break one of my Silk Touch pickaxes. Recent stream with Mumbo and Iskall was funny. Mumbo said he walked up to a kid who was walking to him, and Mumbo asked, "Do you want my autograph?" And the kid said, "No, where is Dan TDM?" Ouch. That's a fresh burn. Now, the wart does grow slowly everywhere, but in theory, that should have grown. I don't have, whatever that setting is. Smooth world is off. Yeah, okay. Because if you turn smooth world on, your spawn chunks basically don't load while you're away. But yeah, I think the nether wart there might actually require us to be around it. Because I'm fairly certain that's within the spawn chunks. Like, it's closer to my spawn point than the iron farm is. So I have no reason to believe that it would not be loaded if the spawn chunks aren't. Oh well. Crops only grow in draw distance. There you go. That's the info. Because it's weird how much, like, entity processing is affected by spawn chunks, but, like, crops don't, for whatever reason. What resource pack do I use? I don't use any. This is the programmer art, the original art. Excuse me. Although I do have lower shield, but that's it. Ta-da. These two. Default, lower shield. I know my armor is on. It's to protect me from the thorns effect. Otherwise, I die faster. It means the stuff doesn't mend quite as quickly, but it means I don't end up dying to a stray guardian laser if one of them happens to target me. I also don't mind gathering levels this way, because occasionally I need to repair or enchant stuff, combine stuff. Can use F3 and H for advanced tooltips. I know, I have them enabled. See? Had them enabled since, like, pretty early in the series, too. They kind of sound like hurt cows. A little bit. Does what work on MCP? We've been talking about a lot of stuff. You need to be more specific. And the answer is probably no, but let's try anyway. This farm is so OP. It gets you a lot of prismarine crystals, which is kind of nice. So close to 250 people here. This is incredible, guys. Eat fish for life. Yeah, I have a lot of fish. I kind of wish fish were an ingredient in other crafting recipes, because I have far too many of them at this point. But then that's always going to be the case with farms like this, where there's multiple drops and there's only a couple of them that are useful. Fish stew. Fish stew would be a good idea. See, it says 243 on my dashboard and 246 on Streamlabs OBS, so I've got so many numbers. There you go, 250. 250. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am overwhelmed, as always, by the amount of you guys who show up to watch me stream. I want to thank you all for being here, and I hope you guys are enjoying the Minecraft Survival Guide, and the streams, and everything. Taken away from your Guardian ASMR because now all you hear is hurt cows. Hiding behind this pillar is my main, like... It seems to be the spot where I actually spawn the most Guardians in terms of proximity to the spawnable space over there. Sound effect is weird if you have another tab open and you don't know what's happening. Yeah. The weird little squeaks they do are kind of strange. Why is the ceiling stone? Because I haven't changed it out for another block and we're underground. Is my resource pack 16 by 16 default? I mean, yeah. I think so. Count the pixels. See if I'm right. You only see 1 pixel. Ha ha! I see what you did there. It was very clever and I enjoyed it. That's 1 pickaxe nearly mended. And I think, yep, that's the one that matters because it's the one that's got a name. Good. We'll mend the elytra this time as well. And then this one. We use the fortune one a little bit just there, but the fortune one levels itself up if you actually fortune some ore anyway, so... And I'm pretty sure if you use it to fortune the nether warts, it's like crops and it doesn't take any durability to do that. Could be wrong though. We'll see. Forgot today's Choppin Tuesday. We're chopping some Guardians. We've been chopping a lot of stone, but Guardians are also quite useful to chop on days like this. What if you could have 2 swords and double hit? That'd be cool, but I wouldn't get to mend the pickaxe in my offhand. I need to put... What do we... Yeah, I need to put Unbreaking 3 and Sweeping Edge on this sword. I've not done that since I lost all of my gear and lost the Sword of Omens back in the day. Slicey Wicey has subscribed with Twitch Prime. What an appropriate username for the occasion. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million, and I appreciate the support. Yeah, get that sub hype in the chat. Chopping them Guardians. Indeed we are. Indeed we are. Will I do a tutorial for 1.14 iron farms when it comes out? Of course. Kiz Trap with a Twitch Prime sub as well. Back-to-back Prime subs. Thank you so much for the support. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. The sub train is real. It's 147 subs, guys. We're so close to 150 again. Amazing. Why do so many people use Guardian farms for XP? It doesn't sound efficient or even look like it. Guardians get you 10 XP per mob, which is close to the highest amount that you can get from mobs that aren't bosses. Like, it's the same with blazes, and blazes involve a spawner, whereas guardians can be spawned en masse like this. It's probably a little bit less efficient than an ender, but I haven't built one of those yet, and it requires going out to the end, whereas this just requires a quick trip through the nether. Zombie pigman farms are also better, but they're more designed for, like, being AFKable, and also require you to build stuff on top of the nether, which I have not done yet. I'm farming this amount of XP so I can mend my tools using the mending enchantment. I plan on building an ender at some point this month, but I have other priorities, and in the meantime, this XP farm works just fine. Also gets me a lot of prismarine, which is very beneficial when I'm a builder and I like to build stuff with prismarine. Specifically dark prismarine, by the way. Got to get some use out of that ink farm. And the only thing Endermen ever give you is ender pearls, which are nice to have, I guess, but you can farm ender pearls really easily without building an ender, so I've not needed it until now. Daniel, welcome along. The button basically removes the water inside of here so that they start dying from fire and full damage instead. And then we get cooked fish. But that's that stuff all mended up. Not going to worry about the fortune pick, because that's taken all of, like, 10 durability, if that. So, back to smooth operator. So much fish. So much fish. And we're good. In fact, while I'm here, we'll put the leftover silk touch in there, get back to our main 2. How long does it take to build a guardian farm? It took me 2 episodes. Realistically, you can build designs that are not, like, quite as big as this, and it won't take you as long. This probably took about, I don't know, 12 hours, max? Has Ice Boat Road, uses Elytra to fly down it. Has Nether Hub, doesn't build it. Alright, let's chop some nether wart. Where's Nether Horse? Good question. Back in the overworld now, where they belong. Well done, horse. Found your way home. Found your way home. So I'm going to probably plant a little bit more. Plant another stack of nether wart over there, because I've got another stack in my farmhouse over here. And I think if we want to use the... if we want to use the farm... if we want to use a nether wart farm and we want to get a bunch of nether wart to make red nether brick, which is the idea. Possibly even some nether wart blocks here and there, but I'm really after the red nether brick. We'll need to build the farm somewhere that we have loaded quite regularly. So it might have to be somewhere in the Founder's Forge area. We'll see. But yeah, as you can see, this has not really grown all that much at all. So it's quite clear that it's not going to grow unless we're in the area loading it up. Why did I build my IG farm so high? What's an IG farm, please? Oh, Iron Golem. I built it really high up because the villager breeder was going to interfere with it while it was still running. I don't think of it as an Iron Golem farm, I just think of it as an iron farm. So this is manual netherwart farming. Joy of joys. And I am going to go AFK here for a little bit. Use this little alcove here. And I'm going to take a very short break. I'm going to go grab myself another cup of tea. And I encourage you guys to do the same. Get some snacks. We'll be back here in a few minutes' time. Hello. We are back. Welcome back. Hope everyone's well. Hope you got your tea and your snacks. Thank you, Fev, for an additional bit. 101 bits from Slicey Wicey. Thank you. And he's back. And now he is Pyramid Head. the bits hiding me. There we go. Speaking of hiding, we've been hiding here in this little AFK alcove for a short while. So inevitably it's nighttime outside, and there's a creeper over there. Probably best to stay holed up until morning. Oh, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all well. What kind of tea we got? Just English breakfast for now. I had some smoky Russian before, some Lapsang Souchong blend. But, yeah, now I'm back to English breakfast. Felt like another cuppa was required. Bit of Yorkshire tea. I had to make a cuppa for the missus as well. She's hard at work in the other room. Breakfast is best first. Now, let's get out of here. Can't be bothered hiding in here for the remainder of the night. Maybe that guy over there is going to dig up these netherwart for us. Swoosh. I tend to go and sleep in the storage room these days instead of the farmhouse. I should probably come up with some sort of, like, master bedroom for myself in the castle once it's built. Fev, cheers to Space Tea. Thank you so much for the 4 bits. Should make some Space Tea, like, cheer motes, shouldn't I? Instead of them being, like, the traditional Twitch badges. So around here, we have a little bit more netherwart coming through. And let's see how much we can get with the fortune pick. Because one of those just got me 6. Which ain't too bad. We can just go through, farm this, replant it for the moment. And obviously this isn't super sustainable in terms of the future of netherwart farming here, but it's a good start. Obviously it'd be great to be able to just mow through this whole thing with the fortune pickaxe, so that's what we're aiming for. But yeah, we do need to figure out a place to build this somewhere in the region of Founders Forge that is going to stay loaded while we're working on stuff around here. And if I'm working on the castle, then the swamp is probably out, which sucks because the swamp makes perfect sense to put this farm. The blend on your desk currently is called Murder on the Orient Express tea. Nice. There are a few online stores that sell Minecraft-themed tea. There's like a creeper-themed tea that's like gunpowder tea, which I thought was quite clever. There is 0-ticking netherwart work like for cactus. If it does, I have no idea how to do it. The 0-ticking thing is kind of beyond me until I do some more research about it, but I honestly don't know how to do that stuff, and, you know, I don't know. It might not. I have a feeling it doesn't because cactus grows kind of differently to other stuff. I think it might work for sugarcane, and I know it works for chorus fruit because they are plants with stages of growth, but the stages of growth include like increasing the block height rather than it being part of a crop growth system. So 0-ticking crops doesn't work. There you go. Logical Geek Boy with the knowledge in the chat. Welcome along, by the way. Good to see you. How do you get mob heads? For zombies, creepers, and skeletons, you can blow them up with a charged creeper. For everything else, you install a data pack and then just kill it. And the dragon head you can get from the ships in the end. But the mob head packs that you see on Hermitcraft, where they've all got like parrot heads and sheep heads and stuff, that's part of a data pack that just adds odds of acquiring a mob head to the loot tables for each of those mobs. Struggling to get Enderpearl, and wherever you go out, you end up dying from a witch or something. Shall you cheat and give yourself some? Go to the end. It's easier to farm them in the end. If you haven't fought the dragon yet, fight the dragon. The netherwart is for building red nether brick. Because there's this red variant of nether brick that isn't found anywhere naturally generated, and it requires you to build it with smelted nether brick that you get from netherrack, and this. So we're not going to be like doing some kind of mass potion brewing session, although that might happen at some point if we can figure out like an automated setup for potion brewing. But we are going to need to get a decent amount of nether wart together if we want to build some red nether brick into the roofs of the castle that we're building over here. This guy, floating out of the mist. But then, like, if I'm working on the castle over here, then that mountain over there isn't loaded in, is it? So nether wart is not going to grow if I'm working over here. I may as well just turn the whole area around the nether portal into a nether wart farm. How do you fight the dragon with no ender pearls? You shoot it with arrows, the way everybody else does it. And to be fair, you'll probably get some ender pearls just from being around the dragon, because it's going to kill endermen for you. Savage Rabbit has subscribed with Twitch Prime for 2 months. Thank you so much for the second month of support. See some sub hype in the chat, please. Thank you for the resub. Do I think Mojang are going to introduce new resources to mine in a future update for the overworld? You've been wanting steel in Minecraft. I don't know if they're interested in introducing any more ores at this point. I feel like those suggestions kind of get a little bit redundant after a while. I feel like they probably want to move outside of ores being a thing, and stuff like that would probably involve a bit of a rework of the tiers of Minecraft material. Although, if they still plan on updating combat mechanics in 1.15 and maybe introducing different ways for us to create weapons and so forth, then you never know, more materials might come into that at some point. Did I see Ilmango's video about the auto crafting table? I did not. You have my attention, although I won't watch it on the stream right now. I'll take a look later. Steel is not an ore, it's a combination of iron and carbon. True. But carbon is not thing. Not thing in regular Minecraft. These weird, like, lighting errors. It's a suggestion for how it might work. Okay, right, so it's not some kind of fancy auto-clicking redstone contraption. But yeah, automated crafting might be a really interesting addition to vanilla Minecraft if they decide to do it at any point in future. And it doesn't sound realistic to, you know, the average Minecraft thing now, but then if you consider how 1.9 basically added flight, which is really not something that I think anyone expected to be added to Minecraft, from a vanilla perspective at least. I feel like auto-crafting is a very Psycraft-only problem. It depends what you mean by auto-crafting and exactly how much stuff needs to be crafted, because I would absolutely kill for a way to automatically craft some stuff in this game. And the recipe book has made it easier to do stuff like that, but there are some things like, say, dispensers, as an example, right? The problem with those is having to add a bow to a recipe every time, so you can only craft a single dispenser at a time. Because bows don't stack, so you can't stack the recipe in your crafting table. You can stack the rest of the ingredients and just keep adding a bow each time. But even with the recipe book, that becomes a bit of a chore. And there are some occasions on which you do need to craft a whole bunch of dispensers. So having that be something would just be a quality of life change that would make things convenient enough, in my opinion, for it to be worthwhile. And I think there are some things that Mojang have in their playbook as far as, like, how Minecraft works, and some things are just always going to have to require player interaction to craft. unless they change their minds. Because it's their game and they can do that. Do I have enough soul sand to make a larger temporary farm? I do. I'm also considering just moving this farm so we can do something else. Like, if I decide to continue mining stone, which I might, considering I can make more shulker boxes, I could probably just move this farm to roughly where the site of the beacon mine is and keep mining over there. Or we could set up a completely different beacon mine somewhere else. Monster OP, hello, you're a big fan. Hi, welcome along. The little cryo penguin, so cute. But yeah, autocrafting is an interesting one. I do sort of wonder if that's part of the future of Minecraft or not at this stage. Be happy with a way to autocraft iron, redstone, and coal blocks. I mean, use the recipe book. It's right there. Just open a crafting table, click this thing, and then shift-click the iron block when it comes up, if you're filling your inventory with iron. I mean, obviously, auto-crafting stuff into iron blocks straight from an iron farm might be kind of cool as well, so your storage area doesn't run out quite as fast, but... That was what you meant, so yeah, like... I guess with redstone, you could get it from witch farms and stuff, right? Might turn on keep inventory. Is that bad? No. Do what you need to make the game a fun experience for you. The only time I think enabling game rules like that is something you need to be concerned about is if you are playing on a multiplayer server and you're doing it without the consent of the rest of the group. Diamond is not the only unfarmable ore. Emerald ore is also one of the unfarmable ones. I mean, I guess you can have... Yeah, no, ore blocks. I'm thinking of ore blocks. The diamonds are the unfarmable items. You had me all confused there for a second. Diamonds are the unfarmable items because diamonds are the most durable and therefore the most valuable. Yeah, I was totally thinking of like ore blocks and stuff there, and then I was like, wait a minute. I got that completely wrong. Fell asleep through the entirety of the stream, had it on in the background, now you're lost. Now we are up in the hills outside of the farmhouse here, just waiting for netherwort to grow. Hup. Going to be working on the castle this week, might as well move the farm there. I mean, yeah. I'm also planning on doing an episode where we build a netherwort farm and have it be a little bit more, if not AFKable, then at least build it in a way that can be automatically harvested. You consider going to spectator mode for cave lighting cheating? I mean, not really. I feel like if you're at the point where you're making farms that are complicated enough and advanced enough that you want to light up caves in the area, then in theory you could do it yourself just by searching for the caves in the traditional way, but it just saves you time. It's almost like a quality of life thing at that stage. Especially for stuff like witch farms or whatever, where you can't just build it up in the sky. I can't remember if we did it live on stream or not, but that's definitely what I did with the zombie pigman farm in the nether. I had my camera account logged in, and I was flying around using that to look for areas that I needed to slab. Have I ever visited Ireland? I have not. It'd be nice to go at some point. Need to catch up in the series. You're only at episode 54. You are halfway there. The series does move a little fast, so sorry if it's overwhelming you. But the good thing is, even if I end up ending this series at some point, which I have no plans to, but if I do, the videos will still be there for you to watch at your own pace. I don't want to rush you. I think we might head to the Nether and grab a bit more soul sand, so we can expand the farm. Chop trees. I've got enough trees. Chop in nether wart for now. This looks likely. Let's chop some soul sand for a bit. Do I think the armor enchanting restriction loosening is going to break the game at 1.14? No, I don't think so. I think everybody having projectile protection and protection is going to be difficult for PvP servers, but if the combat mechanics are changing in the next update anyway, which the current prevailing theory is that they are, we might see some of that stuff readjusted in any case. It'd be great if Mojang completely changes armor in the next update, and this is just one last hurrah for the enchanted armor set before it all changes completely. Ever been to Switzerland? If you're asking if I've been to various countries, the answer is usually no. Although technically I think I've been... I don't know if I've been to Switzerland or not, but I've been to like the border of... Is it do Austria and Switzerland share a border? There's like one of the Alps. There's a set of Alps that I think Switzerland is on the border of that I think I visited once. Have I been to England? Nah. Come to Canada. I have been to Canada once. I was 9. And we were only going through there from Michigan on our way through, like, from Michigan to New York. We went through Canada. Have I been on Mars? Right, we're going to have to do this around the castle then, aren't we? You can homeschool. Switzerland is next to Austria, Italy, Germany, and France. Yeah, I think I've been to the Austrian-Swiss border skiing once. If there's a place to ski there, then I did. Or rather, I snowboarded, but still. Time to basically fill the entire castle courtyards with soul sand. This is going to be fun. Peter the Brewer, no, unfortunately, we had the farm up there was basically in the spawn chunks, and whilst I was working on mining out a bunch of stone, it was not growing. So I think what we'll do is fill this entire area with soul sand, which is going to be a little ridiculous. But then again, it's the nether portal room. It feels apt, if anything. And then I'm actually going to, once we're done chopping this grass, I'm actually going to work a little bit more on the castle walls here. Now that we've got a decent supply of stone, I want to replace some of the stuff that's built out of terracotta with regular stone. Now we know where it's supposed to go. Is building a Guardian farm complicated? Complicated? Probably not. Difficult? Yes. It's mainly because you have to deal with Guardians the entire time. Portal Horse. The one they call Portal Horse. Okay, so we definitely have enough room for all of this soul sand. Because I just dug up a whole lot of grass blocks. I'm keeping one path down the middle so I don't have to deal with the speed decrease every time I want to go to the nether. Although I fly to this portal most of the time anyway. Is that a horse with no name? It is. Been through the nether on a horse. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a stream. Portal Horse. Where to Choppin Tuesday, where the word chop applies to more than just breaking wood. It absolutely does. We established quite early that you can chop all kinds of stuff. Trust me, I'm a professional. There will eventually be a Choppin Tuesday where we build a helicopter. That's what I'm planning. Try chopping diamond ore. We did earlier. I chopped 11 pieces of diamond ore. Choppin Tuesday is just resource farming day. But it's got a catchy name because I like naming stuff. $100K coming up soon. I know. I need to figure out what on earth I'm going to do for it. Zero idea. Other than apply for my silver button and then make a vlog about it. Make the traditional YouTube vlog about it. Boom, boom. Boom. Of course, there's like 2 blocks left and the side looks like this. Ba, 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 ba. 100K soon. That's come out of nowhere. It's come out of a lot of daily video content and effort. I mean, it's amazing that people are still subscribing, and I'm very, very grateful for everybody's continued support, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm very proud of the progress I've made on the series, and not to like toot my own horn or anything, but I'm very happy that the series has done so well. I've been putting in effort, and you always hope that that effort is going to come out, and I think it has. I think it rather has. Toot away, thanks. Give me permission to fart on stream, I appreciate it. YouTube is weird, and you don't see much of the hard work that goes into it. I mean, yeah, you always just see a finished product and assume that it came out fully formed like that. YouTubers like movies, it's easy to forget that many of the movies have $1 million budgets, and many YouTubers are broke. Well, didn't need to chop that guy, apparently. Okay, so let's do some building. Do some building. Did the stream just reset or something? Nothing happened on my end, so... How weird. Thank you for letting people know, Paranor. Yeah, they just reset me because I equated YouTube video creation to childbirth. They're like, nope, take him down. He doesn't deserve to be here. They're listening. The Illuminati. Boop. So who is spying on the stream then? We've got 270 people. What? 270? Is it now, because it reset, is it now like adding people who've just refreshed? It's like, it's counting people twice now or something? Yeah, there we go. Now it's like 70. Oh, Twitch, you strange beast. There we go. It's behaving itself now. I'm probably going to build some sort of fortification on either of the mountains, by the way. Mainly because a lot of people said, oh, your castle's going to be really badly defended because they've got 2 mountains on either side. I'm like, guys, they're mountains. This isn't Game of Thrones. Nobody's going to scale the wall just to get the drop on this castle. It's an admin castle anyway, we know this. Building a platform away from the end, put all your stuff in a shulker box in case you died. Alt-tabbed accidentally, and when you tabbed back in, you fell off the void, got back in the box, had gone with all your stuff. Oh, that sucks. The void is a cruel mistress. Insert Florence and the Machine song here. Twitch is secretly controlled by zombies. Where are some plants when you need them? The void is dark and full of terrors. Technically, yes. I mean, I guess the void is probably dark and full of nothing in particular. Might be a little more accurate. Perhaps a little bit less catchy, though. The Triffids. Triffids versus zombies. Can you call the Triffids? do they have a hotline? Ring ring, hello, is this the Triffids? When am I going to build an Enderman farm? I don't know. Sometime this month, probably. Not a priority right now, though. Building castle now. This tower is probably going to have a much wider base down there. Didn't they want to have phantoms in the end? Yes. I'm very glad they took them out. Because phantoms in the end would not be great. This is the bit where it gets a little tricky for me to follow. There we go. Make these walls a little chunkier. Are the foxes in my garden? Right now, I've no idea, but in general, yes. We don't know where they actually have, like, their den or whatever. But it's around there somewhere. Bits of this are wrong. That doesn't need to be there. Are they eating berries? There might be berries down there. I haven't seen any, but it's a possibility, I'll grant you. It's almost 3 a.m., so you're off to bed. Demanded Ink. Have a good one. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream today. Sleep well. Insert heartbeat sound effects, apparently. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. We'll probably bring this room up a little bit more as well. We're going to have walkways on the walls for archers, soldiers, etc. Probably. I haven't quite decided how thick some of the walls can get before we run into issues here. But I guess we'll see. And hopefully all of that nether wart has been growing. Can't wait to see the finished castle. It's going to be awesome. I hope it's going to be awesome. It's my first time really building anything on this sort of castle scale. I need to put like a roof on this. It's not going to be higher than that, isn't it? It's going to be like there. Like that. I also start as a horrible builder and get better as time progressed, or do I have a natural-born creative side? Definitely the former. I definitely remember building some pretty shoddy houses when I was starting playing this game, but the building side of stuff has always appealed to me, so it's the kind of thing that I enjoyed putting houses together. I think you've got to get a natural enjoyment out of it for it to really become your preferred discipline, if you want to put it that way. Pioneer Chateau as the name. I don't know if I want to go with Chateau as a thing, but I like Pioneer. Chateau kind of immediately earmarks this as French, and I don't really have much else to base that on. Am I keeping it all smooth stone? Oh, definitely not. It's going to be more textured, but we're going to do what we've done with some of the other buildings elsewhere in the land. I mean, look at here, for example, you've got like stone brick and smooth stone textures all kind of flowing into each other. I just didn't want to make the entire thing out of stone brick first and then, you know, I think it's easier to texture something when you have a blank area like this and you just put in a couple of bits of stone brick. Like, for example, you can do something like this. And that kind of implies that this entire wall is made out of stone brick without just making the texture super repetitive. We're also going to build some more stuff around the bottom here to kind of make it feel a little bit more supported. And some of that might be more stone brick, just so it feels a little bit more walled in. But perhaps a little bit more organized looking than this, but you get the idea, right? Naturalize it a little bit. It's not going to look like a super neat castle. It's not going to have flying buttresses everywhere and stuff. But that's the point. That's a separate video, though. That's a separate video, though. A little andesite would look good. Yeah, exactly. Andesite or polished andesite, both would go pretty well in the walls here. And then all kinds of stuff like mossy stone brick can come in there with some leaves around the bottom here. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. Cobblestone even. And wood. There's going to be a fair amount of wood in the construction of this one. Just need to build up some of these walls. I don't normally do much building when we're having a Chopping Tuesday, but consider this like chopping the air blocks with other blocks. If that helps. That gives you a sense of reason for us doing this on an otherwise non-buildy day. There we go. And like, if you want to make this wall feel a little bit more rounded, you can add a couple of blocks just to the situation here, like this. Just around the bottom there. And that wall immediately feels like more of an arc kind of shape, even though it's not really got a circular plot in mind. Castle project? Yes, castle project. Ah, if I can actually get into the air. Hello. Castle's looking pretty good. Yeah. And I have been chopping some netherwort. I need this for what the materials I'm going to make the roof out of. How are you getting on? You alright? Huh? How are you getting on? Yeah. You good? Cool. Sacred pig pet. Yeah, the pigs in the towers are kind of becoming a feature of the place, aren't they? Boop, 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 boop. What happened there? It looked like I tried to fly but couldn't. Yeah, sometimes it just gets a little bit twitchy. Like sometimes your wings don't quite engage. It drops the input, and then it stutters a little bit. That's always the really annoying thing. It's when you try and like sprint jump, and it kind of does that weird stutter. Which was gone from the game for a while, but I don't know. It's crept its way back in lately. Grab some cooked chicken so that we can stay fed. Chat says hi.
Hello. Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here. Hello. Just popping in for a moment.
Looking at 4 at this point. How many chickens in the hopper now? There's like 5 stacks of chicken in there. I mean, how many chickens on top of the hopper? I can't count them. I think in these sections here...
What is that?
Was what?
Oh, it's a horse.
Yeah.
It looked really weird. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, the horse model has changed to make it a little bit more simplified
Yeah.
recently, which is kind of funny. Let's bring this up a little higher. Oh, we're out of stone. I have tons of it elsewhere. That's all I brought with me. Yeah, let's go and grab some more. If more than 8 eggs, it stops. Yes. Like, it fills up to 8 eggs, and then... Like, let me show you. I'm cutting through the side here. Yeah, it goes down to 3. So if I put this many eggs in, it fires them out. And I only had issues there with the numbers because I I put 9 of them in at once. But it always goes back down to 3 afterwards. It doesn't, like, build up and build up. Sheamus, catch you later. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Appreciate the sub as well. Hope to see you again soon. We'll be back on Thursday. There we go.
I like the little flags.
These?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of establishing a different flag for the town over here.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if this area is really going to be connected in terms of it's all the same kingdom or what. This is more the area where I just build stuff for the sake of building stuff. It doesn't really have a lore to it. Over here, on the other hand, this place is going to feel a little bit more coherent. And it's feeling very good now that I've got a castle there. For whatever reason, just filling that section over there makes it feel much more enclosed and manageable, I guess. How's the netherwart growing? It's going okay. I'm trying to let as much of it grow to that final stage as possible before I harvest it, because then I can just go through with the fortune pickaxe and get a ton of it. But obviously it's growing randomly, so that's a little difficult from time to time. Just got to let it grow. Let it do its thing. How goes the stone collecting? Stone collecting is pretty much done. I'm now on stone usage. Which is going swimmingly. Yeah, I think we'll have it this high. Oh, not there. There. These walls need to come up a little bit more. But I think that will be okay. Maybe one more. Just explored the stronghold, one eye on the portal, and found one pearl in a chest. Oh, that's a shame, Fev. I feel like you only ever find them with like 2 or 3 ender pearls in there, or ender eyes rather, maximum. Slicey Wicey, thank you for the sub and the bits. Got to run errands. It's great to be on stream. Finally, good luck with the castle. Thank you. Let's expand this out a little bit more on this side. People asking how fortune affects netherwart. You get more of them. I just destroyed 4 of them and got like 24 back, so... It's kind of useful when you're building up a farm like this if you want to get it to a large scale quickly. Use Fortune 3 if you can. There you go. That's all filled in now. Warts are technically crops. Yes. Technically, yes. And yeah, it's pretty significant. It means you get, I think, up to 6 instead of just 3, which is kind of nice for netherwort, considering you can't really farm it automatically the way you can with other crops. You just can't bone meal it. Can you bone meal netherwort in Bedrock Edition? Because you can't do it in Java.
It seems odd to me that there's such different kind of parameters with each version of it.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's interesting, but it's also odd.
The inconsistencies are a little bit annoying. It's like when I was playing that Cobble Clicker map with Zloy, he pointed out to me that you can bone meal sugarcane, and I was about to build like an automatic sugarcane farm, which would have been a cool thing to build. And, I mean, yeah, you don't have to monitor it the entire time, but he was like, no, just bone meal it. And you just can't do that in Java Edition, which, for better or for worse, you know, it's could be a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. What I want to do is get some probably red concrete. All right. Hope it all goes well. Bless you. What am I doing? Redstone? No. Not what I wanted. Red terracotta. I've only got 1 block of it in there. There's more in the farmhouse. Let's put all the grass in here, because let's face it, I'm not going to just put the grass back in there once we have the netherwort farm done. Should be able to make witches farm netherwarts. That'd be fun. That would actually be quite fun. Uh-oh. I hear a zombie. See, this is what I'm thinking. If we have red terracotta and we have red nether brick... Is that a good combo? The rotten flesh is now fertilizer. I think using nether brick for some of the floors in the castle would be quite good. If it's going to be the place that has access to the nether. I like that idea. And it kind of gets around the problem of, like you say, having no wine-coloured carpet. We'll use some of this stuff instead. I want to try red concrete as well. What order do you have to put the items in so that you get red nether brick? You put in a nether brick rather than nether brick block. It's 2 of those and 2 nether warts. Crafted in a 2x2 interface. So like these and a stack of nether wart. At diagonals like that. Beethoven. Like so. And then netherwort on the other 2 slots. Netherwort blocks look good as carpet too. Yeah, that's another option. That is another option. Netherwort is for red nether brick, yes. I plan to roof some of the castle here with red nether brick. Boop, 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 boop. Don't go through the pot. Oh, dang it. Well, got some netherwort waiting for me in the nether now. Running low on fireworks. I know. I've got an ender chest over there. It's fine. But yes, if we make some more of this stuff. I love this stuff. Really nice looking. Especially against all this grey. It's really going to stand out. And my thinking is maybe we use red concrete and red nether brick as the roof materials around here. So we do kind of some combination of it like like this. Maybe with some regular nether brick thrown in as well. I don't know yet. I feel like that's a little too much color variation. Here's the thing, though. How does that look? I think what we might end up doing is throwing in some sort of accent in a wood color. But overall, that's not terrible. Oh. And now I'm stuck in this part. Coal Patcher with the 10 bits. Does Netherwalk grow quicker near a portal? No. I just built it around a portal so that, because I'm working on the castle right now. Seriously, I keep getting stuck in these places. I built it around the portal so that it's in a nearby area so that it grows, because crops will only grow if the area is loaded in, thanks to the player proximity. They won't just grow if I put them in the spawn chunks. Am I going to make redstone castle gates? I don't plan on it, but it could happen at some point if I can find a decent design or make a decent design myself. I'm not the most talented when it comes to redstone gadgetry in general, so chances are probably not. I'll leave my options open for the future, though. Now, obviously, this is not, like, the finished roof or anything. GBV has subscribed with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for subscribing. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Brick might look better in straighter lines. I almost wonder if the nether brick should be the majority of the material there. I think more brick, less concrete. Yeah. That's sort of where I'm going with it too. Oh. Or alternatively, if we ditch the red concrete just in favor of regular nether brick. The problem is this one has a lot more light hits and stuff. It feels a lot shinier. And the regular nether brick is less so, but it could feel like it's a bit more weathered that way. And right now, nether brick gives us the option of stairs and slabs if we want to add some more detail. And then red nether brick will do that in 1.14 as well. I don't want the roofs to feel too detailed, but I'm almost in favor of that more than I am the concrete. Thank you. Put that there. What's the easiest way to fight the Ender Dragon? With a sword and a shield. And a bow. You'll need a bow. To be honest, I think the easiest way to fight the dragon, it relies on you having fought the dragon already, because then you have Elytra. Elytra makes the fight way easier. If you've got Mending, Unbreaking, Elytra, and an Infinity Bow, dragon can't touch you. Beds. Beds are not the easiest way to fight the dragon. They're a fun way, but they're not the easiest. Yeah, the uptime is a little bit screwed up because of the issue we had with the stream earlier, which I knew nothing about until people in the chat suddenly went, "Oh god, it's dead. RIP stream." CN with the host. Thank you for the host. Why is that not showing up in my event list? Very strange. So I almost feel like, yeah, nether brick and red nether brick is probably the way to go. Could not have called that originally, but... Especially with the rest of the castle being stone right now, that stands out in a good way. Is it hard to solo the dragon? I mean, if you're not used to it, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking at first, but I've got a video all about it, and it's not such a difficult fight. You just have to stay aware of where the dragon is. The most difficult part for me is just not looking at the Enderman. How long have villagers been able to go up ladders? Your villagers are on your roof now? I don't know if they've really been able to go up ladders. It's more that if they pathfind to a block and the ladder happens to be there, it's not like they knowingly climb the ladders, to my knowledge. Although, I don't know if that may have changed in, like, the Village and Pillage update, if you're already playing that on Bedrock. Yeah, I think that's going to be our roof style. I think that is going to be our roof style. The regular nether brick almost looks grey by comparison from a distance because of how bright the red is. How many years have I been playing Minecraft? 5. Coming up on 5. Been playing since April 2014. Yeah, like, it really sucks all the colour out of regular nether brick. That's really strange. You restarted the stream, is still laggy. Probably a problem with your internet connection rather than anything to do with me. Although I am dropping frames a little bit right now. Weird. Okay, well that's probably a sign it's time to end the stream then. If we're having issues like this, it's probably time to wrap up, folks. Yeah, just a couple of dips there. Might be something going on with my internet connection. Alright. It's a little early to end the stream, but I also do have to record an episode today. So I will probably wrap up here, and let's find somebody out there in the world of Minecraft that we can raid. Thank you so much for all the support today, all the subs, the bits, a couple of great donations as well. You guys are awesome. All right, where are we at? Twitch, don't do this to me. Okay, there we are. A lot of people streaming with tons of viewers today. Awesome stuff. And people say Minecraft is dead. Why is Ninja in your recommended? That Twitch dollar, though. Give me a couple of seconds here. Yeah, I'm dropping tons of frames right now, so I think we have some issues. So I'm ending the stream now.
Oh, okay. You know, my site's not been trying to work on it loading, so.
Yeah. There's a lot of people raiding in languages other than, or streaming in languages other than English. Here we go. Let's looks like Triceratops is streaming. Let's raid Triceratops. Be aware that Triceratops' stream is marked as mature audiences, so if you have a concern with that at all, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, feel free to click away. But yeah, Triceratops comes into the stream here and is well known around the community, so go and give them my best. Don't forget to use your Pixel Hype emotes and the hashtag PixelRaid. Show some love over there, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.